Greetings, greetings, family. Okay, so we have someone with us already. That is awesome. Welcome. So you're going to see me adjusting a little bit here.
Thanks for having me. I'm cooking, so don't mind the discretion.
Yes, no worries. No worries, but that's good. Early is on time. Okay. Looks like, oh yeah. Hmm? Okay, peace and blessings, family. We are ready to start our program for today. Oops, apologize. Okay, peace and blessings, family. We are ready to get started with our scheduled program today. Thank you so much for joining us. Great. So we have some folks in the house joining us nice and early at the top of the hour. Welcome to Smart Money University's and the Powerful University's event today, the Adult Education Fair. We wanted to bring this to you so that we could go in depth in all the classes that we have that we offer through the two platforms. Excuse me, I just want to get my um, products here in the shot because I'll be talking about that later. Okay, this is perfect. So welcome again, and we'll be joined soon by our co-host, the founder of the Powerful University and the Powerful Pioneers, Brother Rojo. I'm Pajani Fleury, and I'm the founder of Smart Money University. I welcome you again because you are bright and early on time, and I love that. I love that energy. Shows me that, you're really here and present to what we have to offer, what we do here. I can say that Raymond is definitely very passionate. He's one of the presenters in Smart Money University, the founder of Busiest.com, among other things. And he is going to join us later to go in depth into the course that he provides on our platforms. So if you haven't already, please do make sure that you go to www.smartmoneyuniversity.org, and it gives you a lot of great information as well. Excuse me. As to what we are doing. And one of the great things that we're doing with Smart Money University is creating a community around learning, around opportunities, around uplifting each other. So if you go to the site, there is a tab at the top right corner. It says log in or sign up. So you sign up there, and that's where you go to log in after you have signed up. And that brings you into the community. That helps us build the community around these very important topics. So you don't have to be a student or be a presenter to have a profile. It's just like a Facebook. And you can put this profile together, and that will allow you to be more in depth into a conversation with us, the presenters. You'll be able to ask questions. You'll be able to see new courses coming up. You'll be able to see our blogs. Every blog post that we put up will go directly to your email. So it really keeps you engaged in just engaged in us and what we're doing and what the whole community is doing. Because Smart Money University and the Powerful University, we are a network, we are a community, we're a resource center. So the community is here to support one another. And we really want to make sure that we are fostering that and encouraging people to connect on that level. And I think that's really what sets us apart from a lot of those programs out there. You can join a program, but does it have a community that really cares about your success? That is what we are about. This is why I started Smart Money University. I deal with so many amazing people all the time that have amazing things to offer. So I wanted to put something together that would provide a platform like this for alternative education, training, master classes that really speak to who we are and what we're doing. Thank you, sis. And I'm so appreciative. We have another person joining us. Thank you for joining us this morning. Welcome as well. So this is the Adult Education Fair hosted by Smart Money University and the Powerful University, here to provide unique courses and experiences, right? And a great community for you to learn and grow. So whether you are a business owner, whether you're an aspiring business owner, or you're a craft maker, or you're a community organizer, anything in the professional, in the entrepreneurial realm, we really have everything that you need, all the tools and skills to really lift you up. And I'm really excited because I still haven't seen another platform that has. And I'm kind of forward thinking. If you don't know much about me, not only am I the founder of Smart Money University, I'm also a publisher and I'm also an inventor. So I always think outside the box, right? In my with my inventor cap on, there's a lot of things that I see, going on around us. I mean, there's been tons of books published, there's been tons of master courses created. But I really, when I started Smart Money University, I really went to the basics and I really looked at the landscape and said, what are they missing? Because there are still a lot of great people, talented people out there that are still trying to figure out what is it that they're missing to put together to be even more successful. And so these little things that I identified back in 2019 when I founded Smart Money University, and people have really gravitated towards what we are offering, and partnering with the Powerful University just put the icing on the cake. And so we have amazing and unique courses. And we wanted to do this fair so that we can properly present each of the courses and give time to ask questions about the courses before we start the fall semester. Okay, so I'm going to get into the courses now. Okay, just making sure there's some folks trying to come on. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go over the information a little bit. This fair is going to run from 12 here at the top of the hour, and we'll have presentations at the top of every hour. And we'll also at the end go through some of the opportunities and the services that you can also get through Smart Money University and Powerful Pioneers. Okay, and so anytime that you have a question, please feel free to raise your hand. I think there's a place where you raise your hand in the chat or put it in the chat. You can privately chat or put it in the group for everyone to see, or if you want to just ask a general question. Myself and will be joined by other presenters, and especially the founder of the Powerful University, Brother Rojo. So please feel free. This is a conversation and we'll be getting to this information throughout the course of the fair. And so we're here till 3, okay? So 12 to 3. And so if you miss something, you can always come back. You can invite folks if you want to let them know about the information we're providing here. And you can share the information for them to come in. There's no waiting room, so please feel free. This is a very we're here for you. So please do let us know if you're thinking of anything, want to do something, want to bring something up, totally fine. Okay, so let me get into the courses of Smart Money University. Okay, I've also, in the beginning, when I started the presentation, I mentioned the website, smartmoneyuniversity.org, and you can go there and see the courses as well. If you want to share that link with others, you can as well. And all of the courses and everything are certainly broken down there. And so this is our main course catalog. There are more courses on the site. This is the guest for the fall, the highlights that we have. And we'll be having another one for this spring. And that brings me, I don't want to forget, while we have who we have here, that there's always an opportunity to present if you do have a skill and a talent that you want to provide to us. And obviously we make sure to promote and let people know about the different courses. And we always make sure to keep the conversation going about what we're doing. So I'm going to start off with the courses in the course catalog. Welcome, welcome everyone to the call. To those that are just joining us. I believe Brother Rojo has just joined us. So do you want to speak about Powerful Pioneers quickly and the Powerful University. I was just getting into Smart Money University's courses. Okay, so Brother Rojo, let me know when you're ready. And that's fine whenever you're ready.
Greetings, greetings.
Great, greetings.
Peace and love, giving thanks. Yes, Powerful Pioneers Community Resource University. Yes, we provide holistic education, health and wealth education to empower our people. It's all about empowerment. The wonderful empowerment services we offer, we call it sacred knowledge and wisdom that our elders have passed down. You know, we learn to earn a return. So with these tools, we're able to, you know, utilize our talents, our skills, our hobby, be creators and inventors that we are naturally, and use it to mobilize our communities economically. So we have, just briefly, just run through a few, and then I'll pass it back to you, PJ, until it's my turn. Yeah, definitely. We have the woman empowerment doula service, where we educate about home birthing, labor coaching, the science of home birthing, and this is for all ages. It don't matter what age group you're in, or even gender, because we also acknowledge men to become doulas. A good way to fortify that support system, especially when it comes to commercially. I don't have to get too much into that, but we know when we say commercially, have that support system. So definitely the doula labor coach, we provide breastfeeding counseling, you know, educate on breastfeeding counseling, postpartum services, dancing through pregnancy, keeping the body moving, and of course the whole science of sisterhood, you know. Definitely the labor coach I recommend. That's one of the many services. Of course, we have the financial empowerment frame of mind, where we talk about the science of spiritual economics. I know we'll go into that too. With that, we could go over the different form of income, residual, portfolio, earned income, understanding the basic of money and the science of exchange through barter system, budgeting, time management, taxes, and of course, you know, we have our other specialists who provide educational services as well. So with those two services dealing with labor coaching and financial is very important when it comes to building strong family, building better communities, and of course, when it comes to establishing powerful businesses, one of the things Powerful Pioneers specialize in. Of course, also we have the self-empowerment. The self-empowerment, we dealing with empowerment of self, dealing with understanding, you know, the science of private and public, how to do private business and go out commercially and mobilize. That also tap into the art of vending and the science of vending. And of course, we have the health and wellness, which we'll go into later. And lastly, we have the book club. So we have a lot of wonderful workshops that we offer in Powerful Pioneers, and it's all about, you know, mobilizing our communities. When we talk about building strong families, you know, the education start at home. You know, so these tools is all about empowering the family as we promote more empowerment of community building. So, you know, as we support our mom and pop stores and support all the young entrepreneurs, we're able to mobilize communities with our resources and establish powerful businesses. Back to you, PJ. Give it thanks.
Yes, absolutely. So between Smart Money University and Powerful University, there's just a wealth of knowledge, and it's just so amazing. So we're really excited to bring these to the community. So please tell a friend to tell a friend, because this is, you know, one of the things that's going to help just the bigger picture, you know, overall. We all want to live well. We all want to have a great place to live for the next generation. So it really is about each one of us being the strongest and the most knowledgeable, you know, the wisest that we can be. And I see here that we have some knowledge seekers, so it's really great. It's amazing. So we are going to go over the courses one by one in depth at this time. Again, if you're just joining, feel free to ask any questions, feel free to stop, feel free to let us know if you need more information, you want us to elaborate on anything, and we will do so. Of course, you can go on to either of the sites and join the courses. You can reach out to Brother Rojo directly for the courses in the Powerful University on smartmoneyuniversity.org. You can go ahead and sign up for these courses in real time. All right. So we've been mentioning the Art of Vending. It is it's the first program that Smart Money University developed. As I mentioned, I scanned the scene of master classes in adult education and looked for gaps in there. And I noticed one of the biggest gaps, and I guess maybe it didn't dawn on people because maybe they feel it wasn't worthy of a concentration, of it. I saw a few videos on YouTube, but nothing like really significant about vending and about how to vend. And especially in 2019, pop-up shops were all the rage, right? And I'm also an event producer. So I worked with a lot of vendors. And when I first started my business, I vended a lot. That's how networking events and vending. That's how I started my business, about 11, 12 years ago. So I remember how hard it was learning how to vend. But one of the things that I am is also very observant. I'm an observer. And what I observed while vending, and going through the process, learning and picking up certain things, and also then being an event producer, seeing both sides of it, that there is a certain way to vend. And when you vend this certain way, you're one of those vendors that go home happy after every event. Because especially in New York, it's like a small kind of community. So if you're a vendor, you probably know other vendors. You'll run into them multiple events. Like if you from Brooklyn and you do a lot of Brooklyn events, you're going to end up seeing a lot of the same people, right? A lot of the same people vend. Some people vend as just their business. They're just a vendor in terms of they get products from somewhere else and they sell it, and that's their main source of income. So it's a little more serious for those folks, right? Because their whole business is reliant on vending. But then you have the vendors where it's a supplement to their business. So they may be online, they may be even in a brick and mortar, but now they're coming out to vend to interact with people and get more business, more exposure. And so when I observed the vendors around me, as I started seeing the same faces over and over again, and I'm like, okay, this one does that. And this one is always leaving the event happy. This vendor is always on time and never has a problem selling out. What do they have that a vendor like me that's just starting out doesn't have? And really, it was the knowledge, but also there was an art, right? It was masterful. They had taken it to a level where you can't even pass their table without buying something, right? Because there's certain things on certain levels. And so when you put all of those elements together, your vibe is good because you got to the event on time. You were prepared the day before. Your items are priced well. You had everything that you needed. You know exactly how you wanted your table set up. You know exactly how to break it down. You had your transportation, all of these things, all of these elements put together, and you knew exactly what you were there to do. There was no confusion in your prices. Everything is labeled, and you're just having a great time, and you're selling. I realized that those vendors had really created a mastery level air to their vending, their like an aura to their vending table situation, their vending business. And I saw them time and time again, and they were always happy. And some vendors were always upset. And so I said, this really needs to be a course. These master vendors, these elders that have been vending since the 70s, their information, their ways needed to be captured in a course, in something that can really help people, especially the folks that need, those folks that are always unhappy at the end of the event, right? They needed assistance. The new people that are coming up, to avoid all the mistakes that I had made. And I put it together in a course curriculum, put it together in the strategic guide, Learn the Art of Vending. And the course itself is a 4-week course, 2 hours, 4 weeks. And it delves into every aspect of vending. I mean, even the book alone, the book can stand by itself. Brother Rojo calls it the Vending Bible. But the course really walks you through, helps you identify, because not every vendor is the same, right? Some vendors, if you're a craft person and you make your own crafts, your vending situation is a lot different than a person who's written a book and is going now to market in the community. So the course itself allows you to tailor, to ask questions, and to really get in-depth information, training on how to master the art of vending. So this is our staple course. The course is $4.99 at this time. We'll be running some promotions and things like that. So definitely take advantage of when we do run promotions. We'll let you all know. You'll be the first to know, those here in the room. But right now is a critical time because we're going into the holiday season. And any vendor will tell you that the end of the year, some people say, oh no, summer is the busy season. Summer is the high, retail time. No, it is the end of the year. Okay. Brick and mortars more so will tell you that, but seasoned vendors as well will let you know that, especially those who it's their only profession, they will let you know that the end of the year, where we're coming into the fall and the winter, is the busiest shopping season for retailers, for online marketers, for every single industry. And, and so it's a whole money frenzy that happens coming into the end of the year. And then, of course, you get to the top of the year, it starts over again, but there's a different energy and a different vibe. It's a new vibe. People want things that are new. So you just go on the vibe, but you do not want to miss the train here, starting with the fall, taking your 4 weeks to master vending, and then to go forward and to really maximize on the time at hand. There's no time like the present time. So if you feel that this is the course for you, this is a course for people around you, please do go to the site and sign up as soon as possible so that you can lock your seat, lock it in, get the book. Of course, you get the workbook as a student. And I just want to let you see, because every student will get a workbook. And right here it says, this workbook belongs to. Okay, you put your name in there. And there's a back page for notes. You can easily write in the margins of the book, your notes. Every chapter ends with the do's and don'ts of vending. All right, so these are checklists that you can utilize as you are preparing for the busiest shopping season of the year. The table of contents are here. Just want to go over it quickly. Chapter 1 is reaching your target market. So whether that's for you, street vending, indoor event vending, outdoor event vending, food vending, and of course the do's and don'ts. So it's a breakdown of all those different kinds of vending, right? So you'll learn from each kind of vending situation. But if you are a particular, like you're an outdoor vendor, you're vending outside on 125th, Brooklyn downtown, or something like that, you could go straight to that section, find out everything that you need to know pertaining to that. Because the other chapters, chapter 2, licenses and permits, and chapter 3, let's vend, where we actually go step by step on how to vend. So each of these are applied to the situation, but there are certain things that are pertaining to a specific vending situation. Brother Rojo identified about 4 or 5 tiers of vending. And so it's just really in depth. And I know that it might seem a bit heavy for, something that, maybe you could just put up a table or something and throw a tablecloth on it. But trust me, with these skills, with this knowledge, you are able to walk into any type of event, small level or all the way high level, huge expo in the Javits Center or something like that. You're able to apply everything to that situation and walk away happy. Who doesn't want to walk away from a situation happy? After you spend your money to vend, the fee to vend, the fees of getting your merchandise together, getting yourself transported there. If you're there for a long time, you have to eat, you have to have certain things with you, you have to have that support around you to make sure that the event is, what your situation goes the way that you plan it. And so you don't want to invest so much and to not walk away happy. You understand? So you really want to prepare yourself if you're a vendor, if you are not yet a vendor, but you know that vending can help your business. For example, I brought up the example of being a writer and having a book, or just even simply being a poet. This season is the season for people to spend. If you're a poet and you don't even have a book together yet, you can print your books on nice paper, laminate it, put it together. You put that on the table just right, I'm telling you, you're gonna have some extra ends for this season. So I highly recommend this course for any entrepreneur. And for folks that, really want to get a handle on vending, that really want to expand themselves, get out there, meet new people, it's a great way to network as well. Vending is a great way to market and promote yourself because there's a whole community online, but unless you connected with them from someone else or through someone else, you might not get to meet them and you're living right there in the same city. So vending is, there's no other platform that allows you to do that, right? That allows you, a lot of times vending happens at an event, so it's good vibes, there's music, there's food, there's things going on, and people are in a mood to shop and to shop and connect with people. So it's a great place to network. It's a great place to get followings for social media, to transform people that you just met into customers. But I don't want to get into the course itself, but there's a way to do that. There's a way, if you're strategic, even if you don't sell not one thing at an event, but you made 20 contacts, very valuable. So I recommend it, of course. Again, you can go to smartmoneyuniversity.org. I was just going to say, I believe that you can just purchase this alone, the strategic guide. But I do have to put the link on there. I'm just remembering. That's a little mental note for me because I have to put it on Amazon, and I want to bring it on and make it easy for people to purchase directly from the site. But for now, if you want to leave me a message in the direct chat, I can get your information and I can send this out to you. The book itself is $20. And of course, again, the course is $4.99. And folks here will be eligible for any upcoming promotions that we have first, exclusive, of course. But like I said, you definitely want to get inside this course right away. All right. Any questions, comments? Just want to, give a shout out, anything. I can open the floor for anyone to share or provide any thoughts. Floor is open.
Definitely, please, PJ. I definitely want to acknowledge that the art of vending, the science of vending, is very powerful for any step in relation to entrepreneurship and community career building. It can be startup, it can be entry level, you can be a big time business, and there's different how you say format, like our sister said, in the art of vending. We have a video presentation that we did, because we definitely did a presentation in regards to the science and the art of vending on YouTube. You can go to Powerful Pioneer TV page, and when you go into the book club, definitely you'll see the video. Powerful. Our sister, go more in depth, and I think that'll be definitely a motivation in relation to like an orientational preparation to the workshop. We even talk about our book club, and for those authors, any authors, upcoming authors, you definitely should take up this workshop, because this workshop is also a connection to our book club and understanding the science of getting your book out there, marketing, promotion, advertisement, the art of vending, the science of vending, definitely something for the family, giving thanks.
Yes, Brother Rojo, thank you so much for bringing that up. I'm actually, I'm going to paste it because it is a great way to start you off. And you and I, we hosted that. We did about an hour. We went through some of the do's and don'ts of vending, and that was an hour. So, I mean, people like me can really talk about a lot of different topics for hours, but vending especially, because there's just so many different aspects of vending. It's really, and that's why I put it in that sense, learn the art of vending, because there are a lot of things that can incorporate into a vending situation that totally sets you apart. I mean, like sticking out like a unicorn, right? And so this course really goes the extra mile. Like, we really get in depth of it so that you can understand really what it is, right? There's really no time to waste right now, right? I wasted a lot of time and having to observe this for myself and learn it on my own. So this is kind of like a cheat way, but it's a lot of information if you want to be, successful at this. Like I said, sometimes you're spending hundreds of dollars or sometimes thousands of dollars to be at a place to vend. So definitely please do look over the first intro, right? We did an informational that will give you more information, going a little bit in depth, but certainly consider taking the course, consider purchasing the book so that you can get this information, this much needed information. And I almost have the link here, and I am sharing that in the chat with you all. Community building. Okay, I like that. CCB. We're gonna talk about that, Brother Raymond. That's in the chat. Okay. So that link is there in the chat for folks to check out. Okay. Any other comments? Any questions on the Learn the Art of Vending course? Okay. So with that, we are going to move on to Restaurant Management 101. That is run by our resident consultant, restaurant specific consultant, Kevin Starks. He has over 30 years in the restaurant management consulting business. So he's not managed has not been in a position to manage, but he has been the consultant to the managers, especially in the respect to the financials, making a restaurant work and run smoothly. There are different systems that you put in place into a restaurant business to ensure that the amount that you're spending is less than what you're bringing in. You want to have a profit, and that's how you can grow into chains and being able to franchise. So he's had 30 years of consulting managers of great restaurants. Actually, he's worked with Sylvia's, the management of Sylvia's, and they were his clients for many years. And so you see where Sylvia's has been. So they entrusted him in many years of consulting for that business, for that restaurant. He's also worked with Marcus Samuelson, the person, the gentleman who founded the Red Rooster. He's worked for Puffy. He was involved with Puffy's restaurant opening, consulting for that. Excuse me. There's another phone. It's okay. So hopefully this doesn't disturb us too much. But yeah, so moving on, Restaurant Management 101 is the course that Kevin Starks teaches. I'm actually doing his website as well. We'll be launching KS Restaurant Consultant very soon, so that people can really understand his skill set and things like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Give me one moment, folks. Sorry about that. Okay. So yes, Kevin Starks, he started off working with Mario Van Peebles. He's just had a great track record. I don't know if a lot of people knew that, but Mario Van Peebles, I can't remember the names of the restaurants, but he was involved with launching several restaurants in New York City. And Kevin Starks is the person who helped him do that. So that's a picture of Mr. Starks there. Again, the course is called Restaurant Management 101. Course cost is $4.99, and it is a 1-week course, 3 classes, and it's 2 hours each. So he runs his course a little differently. He would rather, speak to everyone straight through. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. I felt the sneeze coming on. I didn't want to sneeze on camera. So yes, so he just runs a really great course, very knowledgeable, and Okay, great. Thank you, Debbie. So just really great information that he's been able to provide, a great proven track record. Again, for over 30 years, he's been helping great restaurants strive and become successful. He can help obviously one-on-one, as well as he is a consultant. He has reopened his restaurant consulting business. A lot of restaurants right now are in need of great consulting services. He had transitioned into some other areas, artist management and things like that, but he's come back to help the restaurant community. And I really do respect that about him, because he knows his skills are really invaluable. And he has seen so much, especially in New York City, in terms of restaurants, and just a wealth. So he wants to be there for the restaurant community. And again, like I mentioned, he'll have his site up soon, and we'll share that when his site is ready and available. And you can definitely reach out to him. There's a few different ways you can reach out to him. Obviously, the course, you can go to the site as right now and sign up for the course. But also consider being a member of the site, joining the community. The presenters they're working on their pages now to put some extra little things in there for the community, some information. Kevin is working on his blog, so that's also going to be available in that back community there. On the homepage of smartmoneyuniversity.org, you're able to join the SMU community. Is free, obviously, right? It's like a Facebook. You go in, you put your information, you can put your picture, put your, if you want to share some contact information and things like that, you can put your email and your phone number there if you would like, for people to contact you. But our presenters' information will be there, so you'll be able to reach out and ask questions, because we really are here to provide the information and the knowledge. We are definitely available, especially for the students, to continue to ask questions, to build relationships, and to network with other people coming through in the courses. You do not have to be a student or a presenter to be a part of that community, because I know there's just a lot of folks out there that love to share and be in these type of communities, supporting community members with different information and things that are important for us to strive and succeed. So you will be able to reach any of the presenters. Definitely Kevin, if you know someone that has a restaurant that needs his skills, that needs his information, and needs his guidance, he's definitely there for that. And again, the course, Restaurant Management, is a 1-week course. However, it's 3 classes, 2 hours each. And the course price on that is $4.99. Thank you. We are just joined by several people. So welcome to the Adult Education Fair. I'm going over our course catalog at this time, highlighting some of the courses within Smart Money University. Just speaking on our Restaurant Management 101 course, and also talking about the presenter of that, Kevin Starks, who has an amazing wealth of information for restaurant owners and restaurant managers. Okay, the next course that is featured here in the course catalog is the doula certification. It is a dual course. It is a part of the Powerful University as well as Smart Money University, presented by Sister Ebony Alexander Knights. And the doula certification is just such an amazing way to create an extra income, or create income, create a profession. Taking care of people it takes special people to do that. And if you have the skills, if you are compassionate on that level, I mean, I just encourage having a doula in every house. I mean, or at least in every family. Someone in your family should have that skill, because you never know what can happen. I know a couple of people that had to birth their child at home because an emergency, there was a snowstorm. Like these are things you hear like on TV, but like it's real life as well. It certainly happens. Whereas the, time where we least expect and a baby is ready to come, or just a pregnant woman needs support, and it's good to know how to support them, even postpartum. A lot of women go through things, and so this course, I think, will not only bring income streams to our community, but also just real life, like survival kind of skills, because there's a lot that happens around pregnancy, and we really need women to be strong and healthy and whole, to bring a new life and to support and care for that life. So it's just a course that I encourage everyone to take. Brother Rojo mentioned briefly before about the course that we encourage all ages, all gender, just every type of person is really eligible to take this course. Just understanding the female anatomy, understanding where we all came from, like how we all, got on this planet through a woman's, journey. I'm a mother, and I did have a doula, and my doula is she's actually a holistic doctor. So she was more than a doula, but I was seeing her because I was pregnant, and I went into labor. It was 2 days before the holidays. My son was born on December 23rd, so I was there from like the 21st. But she was actually leaving town, like she was, ready to just go and have a vacation. And she stopped and changed her plans to come and be with me for a few hours at the hospital. And that really meant something to me, just having that little extra. My husband was there, thank God this was, before this whole situation we're dealing with now. So I had my husband was there, my mom was there, my best friend came, but her coming there, like she really went out of her way to come there. She knew how much I would appreciate. She even bought me a gift. So she really knew how to be there for me through this process. And like I said, she wasn't able to be there long, but the fact that she came and really showed me that she cared about me and she cared about this new life, and just understanding the whole situation really, really assisted me. And I'm gonna be forever, grateful that, sometimes you want more, you want less, sometimes, the life, it just happens that you don't know exactly what to expect. And I was in that moment, and I'm just grateful that I made a connection like that in my life, where a person would say, she's in labor, let me tend to her. And so it's just an amazing feeling, just to know. So a family member can be in that space, but they will understand through this training how to do that, how to minister, how to just support and be there for a woman through that journey. So it's a course, like I said, I encourage everyone to encourage others as well to take it. Take it yourself, and also encourage others to take it. So that's our doula certification. Right now, a special introductory course price from Smart Money University is $449 at this point. This is subject to go up very quickly. So I would definitely do what you can to register and take this course as soon as possible, because Sister Ebby Knights is moving a little bit, and just getting more knowledge and things like that. So she already let me know that her course will go up soon. So take advantage of the price that it is at now, and spread the word. Of course, like I mentioned before, all the courses, you're able to register for the course right now on the website, smartmoneyuniversity.org. And just hit education, and you're going to see all the courses there. And definitely look for the doula certification. Okay, you get a certification at the end of this course, so you can present that. That could be an income stream, an extra income stream. You can build a whole business around it. Doula being a doula right now is way more accept, like more people are using doulas now. And so that's why, you know what I mean, the course is going to go up a little bit, because it's becoming more in demand at this point, because people are more appreciative of holistic practices right now. People are ready to think outside the box. People are ready to do more to be well. So this is the time to really, make sure that this is something that's under your belt. Okay, so that's the doula certification. Now we have two courses that are how do I say this? Like this is like our golden kind of goose, these two courses, because this is, I feel, is where the most impact is going to happen. I know, Brother Rojo, you think it's Art of Vending, but I think it's more so these two courses that are the foundation to a lot of things, because it just provides so much information and a foundation, financial foundation. So we have our financial literacy courses. We have tax-free income and winning money strategies. And we have Brother Raymond on the line here. He's the presenter of this course, founder of Best. He's going to be on a little later to give an in-depth presentation on his course. You can let me know when you're ready, Raymond, to present that. But just a general overview at this time, tax-free income and winning money strategies. This course will teach you about money strategies that are rarely spoken about. Brother Raymond has done significant work to research certain things. And unfortunately, there's a lot of financial instruments out there that are just not, just readily on any website. You really have to know where to look. You really have to be in the financial industry to really understand these different concepts. When certain things come up, new things are always coming out, laws are changing, things are progressing, and Brother Raymond stays in the know, very knowledgeable, understands money strategies, and he has been so gracious to have a passion to impart this to the community. Excuse me. Unfortunately, certain communities are kind of just blocked off, and it could be a little bit of on both sides, like, because the information is there. I think that the system can do a little bit better with getting the information out there, but this involves saving money. This involves putting yourself in a better position for the next generations. This involves people who really understand money on certain levels, right? So sometimes if you haven't been exposed to understanding that there's different money instruments out there, different language, it's a different language. So if you're not in the circle, they might not have an incentive to go outside of that circle to educate, right? Or if they do, the price is usually very high, because they understand that not everyone will get access to this knowledge. Not everybody will know to ask what questions to even ask so that they can get the right information. But who does know? Not only the people that write the laws, around these things, but the people who have the interest and who have the drive to understand these things, because they're probably in the corporate world. They probably are involved with a corporation as at a high level, and they need to understand these things in order to work within this system and not get ripped off. Basically, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about tax-free income. We're talking about money strategies that help you understand how money works, how the money system works, and how you can take advantage of those things, how to research, how to apply certain information to your situation. Okay, there are many money instruments out there. There are many platforms out there. There are many different types of banks. There's like 5 different types of banks. How many people know that? So this is what this course is about, really going in and understanding the money landscape of this country. Okay, understanding certain instruments work for you and some work for the government. Plain and simple, because we're talking about taxes, right? These taxes go to the government for them to do what they do. And so they have an incentive to keep more of the pot, right? But these tax-free strategies and things like that are perfectly legal and available and abundant for us to use. So why not use it? Okay, so that's what this course will teach you. It will provide different pathways and avenues to get to the success that you would desire, but also get there in a smart way, right? Get there strategically while saving and maximizing on your money the best way. Okay, so this course is $4.99, and there is a lot of supplemental information that Raymond is able to provide as well. So there's going to be information in the back office in the community for those to share and understand. And so he'll give more information about that. And also those that are taking the course will find out more about that, the supplemental information that he's able to provide. Okay, so please do consider taking that course. And also the next course, credit building, restoration for your personal and your business, right? So that's two different sides, because they're both are different. A lot of people don't realize that you do not have to use your personal credit in order to fund your business or do certain things with your business. There is business credit available for that. So again, like kind of like these winning strategies that are available out there that a lot of people just don't talk about. They're kind of tight-lipped on these things. But I just watched an episode of Shark Tank the other day, and one of the sharks said that's how they funded their company, through business credit. They were talking to one of the people, one of the entrepreneurs that came asking for money. And they said, do you know my story? Do you know I funded my company with, business credit? And so that really hit me like, wow, it's not about the fact that you might not be in a certain situation to apply for loans, but sometimes business credit works for you more than a business loan. So there's just a lot of money instruments out there. There's a lot of opportunities, a lot of platforms and information that can really help you become successful, or put the little cherry on top of your success, right? This is all about development. This is about empowerment. Then this is about seeking the knowledge that's really going to make the difference, right? Brother Murray Allen is the presenter for this course, and he's also the founder of MCE Financial Services. And he's going to be on at the 2:00 hour, and he will go in depth into what he does, what the course is about, and the services that he provides as well. All of that is on the site already. You can go to smartmoneyuniversity.org, register for this course. This particular course is $3.99, the credit building and restoration for personal and business. So you'll actually get your credit restored, or you can start building your credit. So it's kind of like a twofold kind of program. Not only will you learn, but you will be on the track to either restore or build credit for either personal uses or for your business use. Okay, but tune in again at the 2:00 hour. Thank you for those that are joining us right now. I am talking about two of our courses that we highly recommend, tax-free income and winning money strategies, and as well the credit building and restoration for personal and business course. These two courses are available right now on the site. You can go there and purchase locking your seat there. All these courses are starting very soon here for our fall semester, right? And Brother Mary Allen has amazing programs going on right now in terms of providing information, providing platforms. He's been highlighting women entrepreneurs. He's just been highlighting entrepreneurs in general because he really understands that that's the community that can benefit the most from understanding how credit works. Credit is not, again, I mean, it should be a course in college or even in high school where, you know, it could be an elective. It doesn't have to be like, but it really should be a life skill, you know, should be like a mandated course because it's so important to our lives. Credit, you know, is the system's way of really deeming, you know, who's going to get, you know, assistance and resources to get that leg up and who's not. And they don't tell you that when they offer you a whole bunch of credit cards, especially, you know, like me, when I was in a dorm, think this stuff was coming to my dorm direct. You understand? So, but I mean, they put it in the fine print, but who really tells you that if you go and max out this card at, you know, the mall, that, you know, it could jeopardize your future, you know, getting a car or a house or something like that. You know, that connection is not made. And of course, you know, people at that age, they're not really thinking about that. But as soon as you're 18 years old, those credit card companies start, you know, putting their promos right in your face, without, you know, without really presenting the full story. And it's really unfortunate that you can get a whole credit card when you're 18 years old. And, you know, there's certain things that you can't do, like rent a car. You can't do that till you're 21, in some states until you're 25. So how could a person, I mean, that's smart, right? You don't want to lend a car to a 16-year-old or 18-year-old, right? Rent a car to a person that age because you don't want a person at that age maybe, you know, making decisions that could compromise the car. I think that is brilliant. I think that probably they set up the bar that high to, you know, after a certain, you know, amount of time where things happen and they understood that, you know, more possible at 21, you're going to be way more responsible with renting this car than when you were 18. So, I mean, you can vote when you're 18 and they just make it like, okay, you're a full adult. We're not even going to give you, you know, the tools and the skills to utilize this to improve your life. But hey, you know, go and have some fun. I mean, I think that's the old way, to tell you the truth, because I've been seeing some young entrepreneurs doing their thing out there using credit. So it's a different time that we're living in. However, there still is a lot of work to do to get our community and other communities as well to understand how to use credit, how to maximize this really, you know, resource is not really anything to be played with or to have fun with, you know, to fill up your wardrobe or whatever the case may be. The credit is a resource that a lot of people, you know, in this world are not able to have. So it is important for us to understand it, utilize it to its fullest potential, and pass that, you know, pass that knowledge on and make sure that everybody understands how important credit is, how to fix it, how to build it, and how to make it work for you and your business. All right, so that is that course. Those two courses, tax-free income and winning money strategies, $4.99, presented by Raymond G. Moore, founder of Vest. And the course Credit Building and Restoration for Personal and Business, presented by Brother Mary Allen, founder of MCE Financial Services. And if you go to the site Smart Money University, to go in and book for one of these courses, you will see our presenters are listed there, and their websites and everything are are listed there. Yes, Brother Raymond, he said, if used right, you can build great credit at 18 with extreme responsibility. With a credit card. Another sneeze, family. But I just want to point out, we are joined by a few new people. Thank you for joining us. Just wanted to make sure to say that. And we're going through all of the courses. And we were talking about this issue of credit and understanding how to use it. And so again, we'll have Brother Raymond and Brother Murray coming on and later on in the fair to present to you directly, and you'll be able to ask questions and get to speak with them. Okay. So Brother Raymond can let me know when you're ready. And Brother Mary Allen is at 2 p.m. Okay. So our next course that I would like to highlight is also a dual course with the Powerful University, and it is our Alkaline Lifestyle and Business Basics course, presented by Brother Rojo, the founder of Powerful Pioneers Wellness Ministries. The Powerful Pioneers Networks has different ministries. I'm also a Powerful Pioneer, and I'm in the public relations ministry. And the Powerful Pioneers is just an amazing network of just knowledge, just so many resources that are available through the network. It's so incredibly powerful. And the wellness ministries have been doing amazing work from here to Texas, bringing the information to the people in terms of the alkaline lifestyle and how they can achieve a balanced diet that is naturally sourced and nutrient rich. So this is not just any type of lifestyle. All right. And we call it a lifestyle. Of course, in this modern time, we understand that it's not just about eating. It is when you are trying to achieve a certain level of health, it's really your whole lifestyle has to be supported, right, for that whole thing to work. So what do we mean by that? If you are living with people and they are not alkaline vegan, might be a little bit challenging, but you might want to say, okay, let me get my own pots. Let me get my own utensils. So you are really thinking it through all the way so that the energy that you're creating for your lifestyle is really consistent throughout. So the music you're listening to, movies that you're engaging in, conversations that you're engaging in. I remember one time I was talking to my aunt about Indian food, and she's like, yeah, I love Indian food, the lamb and I'm like, okay, I was talking about, some of the other stuff they have on the menu, like the chickpeas and stuff. And she was just like, oh yeah, I guess, but that I love that lamb. And I'm like, okay, that's not really where I wanted this conversation to go. So I had to kind of move past it, right? So we're talking about the entire lifestyle coming together so that you are and just taking in what you need to be healthy, strong immune system, all of that great stuff, right? Mental, physical, spiritual. So this course is $5.99, of course, presented by Brother Rojo. I don't know if you also want to provide more information about it, or if you want to wait and do everything all together. I'm sure you want to present a little bit more about pioneers in general. But if you want to elaborate on the alkaline lifestyle and business basics right now, you can do so. And we'll go further and finish up the courses in Smart Money University.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you.
All right. Peace, peace. Giving thanks. First and foremost, peace and love. Yes, the Alkaline lifestyle. We definitely go over an array of wonderful information. And the beautiful thing about it is 2 ways that you can mobilize with this course. You can mobilize as a Powerful Pioneer member, which will allow you to not only get the information, but in Pioneer, we talk about application. It's important to apply it to yourself, to your family, within your community, and within your business. And again, since this is a adult education fair, we talk about how do we empower with this knowledge, these tools, health-wise and wealth-wise. So again, we give a shout out to all the Alkaline lifestyle representatives who are able to take these tools and create products, services, and add-ons, so on. Yes, the Alkaline lifestyle workshop, the beautiful thing about it, again, you can also apply it to your business. There are a lot of things when it comes to your business, personally, and also in general, that can add on into the overall wellness. So when we talk about the Alkaline lifestyle, we go over some of the basic principles of the elements. We talk about the elements, the science of the elements. We go over some of the science of the senses, having a sense of things in relation to the Alkaline lifestyle. We go over subject matters. One of the things we share in the session is most of our people graduated from elementary and never mastered the elements. Again, I'll repeat that. Most of our people graduate from elementary and never master the elements. So we go over these subject matters so we could take more of a holistic approach towards it. Now, why is it where my sister was talking about finances, how we're playing with money, but we don't know about the science of mathematics, when we are math magicians and everything relates to numbers. So when we bring that in holistically, we can even apply it to our health and wellness. Powerful, powerful subject. One of the other things we touch on is some of the science in relation to the liquid foods and the solid food. Sister PJ, if you could show the book, definitely feel free to show the book, the Alkaline Lifestyle Smoothie book. Definitely we utilize this in a course where we go over the different form of liquid foods. Now, it's very important to understand that, as an alkaline vegan chef, most people just want to eat. They just want to, eat solid food. And because our body, 75% water and blood, we should more focus on a lot of our liquid foods. So we focus on juices, tonics, shakes, smoothies. Of course, we have the number one source of liquid food, water, which we talk about that in relation to the elements. And with these principles of understanding these liquid foods, we can balance and have a proper pH balance. So the Alkaline Lifestyle courses not only share about the liquid foods, but in the book, we also provide the alkaline food chart. Now, when we go over these alkaline food chart, and in the workshop, we go in depth. We go in depth on each specific food: fruit, vegetable, nut, seed, grade, oil, salt, sweetener, herbs. Specifically, each one and how you can use it internally and externally. Again, it's a difference. We go over the difference between the alkaline foods, the hybrid alkaline foods, the 5 principles, the hybrid foods, genetically modified foods, and also the, what we call it, the hip hop chips, artificial food. We go over those important principles. We go over the important principles of the 5 portion of the tree of life, from the root, the bark, the stem, the leaves, the seed, all the different principles that we should know so we can have a better understanding of the alkaline lifestyle. Ashe, ashe. Sister PJ, can you show the Nodiac picture? Now, if you see on the Nodiac picture, and salute to our brother Newt, one of the things we go over in the Alkaline lifestyle now, one of the beautiful thing about all of these workshops that our sister share, and while we share in the Powerful Pioneer School of Life Empowerment community, we go over the importance of unifying all of these different services. So as you get these knowledge, these certification, the important thing is to apply it into your household, apply it within your community, apply it within your business. So even as a doula, a lot of the Alkaline lifestyle services is very, very good for doulas as they help out moms and could be an extra perk that they can add. As for those who dealing with financial empowerment, definitely a help side as well. You know, your health is your wealth. And I know me and my brother Murray, we go over the science of the pH balance. And when you look at that, and you look at that credit science pH, is kind of the same thing. We go in depth on what is your pH balance like when it comes to health. Same thing when it comes to the art of vending. You know, when we out there, what types of supplements, what type of things we're taking to sustain ourselves so we don't pour too much money out there, and we maintain ourselves, especially when you're doing a 8-9 hour event. So a lot of these services, a lot of this health and wellness tools, we can also apply it to every course that is available, and of course, naturally, within the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, personally, and also business-wise. Sister PJ, if you are able to share the Nodiac calendar, one of the things that we also go over in the course is the Nodiac calendar, the science of the 24-hour within the day, and also 365 science within the year in relation to our health and wellness, in relation to the alkaline lifestyle. You know, as we go into the fall, what we call air element equinox, there are certain things that we do within those 3 months. What does that mean? How to go about it? Right now, we're finishing off our summer solstice. For the 3 months, we will focus on lungs, heart, the brain. What does that mean? How do we work on it? It's a science to harmonizing with Mother Earth. We talk about that when we go over the elements, the earth element, the air, fire, water. So definitely that Nodiac calendar. Again, salute to our brother Anoop. We share that in relation to our alkaline lifestyle. Now, like I was sharing before, there's 2 portions to the workshop. One, again, you have the option. If you just want to take the workshop personally and utilize it for yourself and your business, definitely you have that one, which is A. And B, if you would like to become a powerful pioneer and harmonize with a resources, a community of resources, services, and network. And with that, not only we have these services ongoing for our people as we continue to empower each other, but now you're able to apply a lot of these things in real time for yourself, your family, your business, and of course, again, your community. We are connected with an array of different holistic doctors. So with that, we created systems that now, outside of utilizing a course, you're able to apply these systems in real time. Salute to all the holistic doctors within Powerful Pioneers. Salute to Dr. E. Dr. E provide the beamer. If you can show Sister PJ the beamer, the pictures I sent to you. I sent some pictures with the hand.
Oh, okay. So fair warning to everyone, it looks pretty gross. Just wanted to do a little disclaimer. Okay. So where are we starting, from when the finger was bad or when the finger was good?
Did you get a chance to show the Zodiac poster?
I did.
All right, yes. Let's start with the bad.
Okay.
So again, you know, we can mute it if anything. I hear echo. Yeah, so one of the things that, again, that I share with these workshops is application. Our health is our wealth. So how do, once we get this knowledge, apply it in real time? Again, know how to make your smoothies. Know that when you go out there, if you go to a juice bar, you know exactly what they're combining, and you tell them what you want. You know, you be proactive when going out there for yourself. When you go to physician or anything, you're proactive. You know what the car needs. They're not telling you what the car needs. So with that being said, in this portion of, you see a picture where one didn't know what was going on with their vehicle. And at times, if you're not knowledgeable of self and an optimum level, things like this happen. Now, of course, if you don't know, you got to go to someone who specializes. Now, what we see here is a person who went to a doctor, got a little bump cut off, and then actually it grew even more. Now they had to pay for that service, and then that happened again, and they had to pay again. This is one of the reasons why when we talk about the health empowerment, we talk about having products, services, and resources that works in real time. Now, if you see the other picture, both of the pictures, of course, this is gross, right? If you see the other two pictures, there's a technology service called a beamer machine. Now, the beamer machine is one of the technologies we also use, we purchase. Again, as a brand ambassador of the Beamer and the Alkaline Lifestyle Specialist, I'm able to travel different places and not only provide the smoothies, the products that I've created through the knowledge and the services, but now I have the technology tool that can help to revive in real time any and all issues in relation to health. And we give thanks again for Dr. E and some of the holistic doctors, where the sister just went one time on that machine, and that little cyst that was growing out, that was there for like about 3 months, fell off. And this is one of the power of the being equipped with these knowledge and applying it in real time. And again, when as a Powerful Pioneer member taking on these services, one of the things that we do is we give you a chance to get a chance to connect with the different holistic doctors, understand some of the top-notch technology, as we are in the 21st century, and it's important to understand it's more than just food that we need in these times. We have to be on top of the technology. So we understand that the bioscanner, the beamer technology, all of these technologies, how does it relate to us, and how can we apply it in real time? So again, we salute to all of those health and wellness practitioners, all of the teachers and educators, all of the holistic doctors, the shamans who are here to help us, so that not only we're able to learn with the best, with these master, we're able to earn from the stuff that we learn with the best, with these master. And like we're doing right now, we're able to return it to y'all with love divinely. So lastly, that picture there with the tomato, again, going back to the Alkaline Lifestyle book, because again, majority of these books that you see within the Powerful Pioneer communities, we provide it as curriculums that you can teach your children with. Again, we're going back to building a stronger family. You can actually have workshops with your children at home with each one of these books. With Sister PJ, learn the Art of Vending book, and Who Invent That book. With Brother Murray, Harlem Deserve the Credit, Houston's Deserve the Credit book. With Sister Ebony's Woman Empowerment, Letters to Grandma and Grandpa. I learned a lot of these knowledge dealing with the alkaline lifestyle through my grandmother and grandfather. you know, Single Yes, Desperate Unleashing the Power Within You. All of these books are curriculums that you can use and apply with the services that we offer. So again, the last picture shows that when we go into the food aspect of the alkaline lifestyle, like I said before, do you understand the 5 principles? The alkaline food, the hybrid alkaline food, the hybrid food, the genetically modified food, and the artificial food. Giving thanks.
Wow, such powerful information. I mean, at this point, if we're not just educating ourselves about food, you know, one of our most basic elements that we need to strive and live. Most people don't understand a lot about it. They don't put extra thought in terms of where they're getting it, like you mentioned, Brother Rojo, sourcing it from different places. And really right now is the time. Health and wellness is slated to be the #1 industry. It used to be retail. But since the pandemic, it's been, you know, inclining, it's been increasing and heading towards being the #1 industry in terms of profession, like the professional career aspect, getting in the workforce here in this country, but also private practices and products, especially supplements. Right now, everybody wants to sell you something that's gonna boost your immune system, right? They have it on the little counter when you finish, you know, shopping. They have a little, you know, thing there that you can just pour in your drink, and it promises to boost your immune system. And we have to be careful with where we're sourcing these things. And so just being able to read the nutritional label and discern for yourself that you know, there's certain words, right? There's a language that you're looking for. So once you have the skills, you won't easily be able to, you know, this industry is not only increasing at this point, but it's going to be huge, right? You're going to see a lot of different things happening and changing, and a lot of unique and just, you know, a lot of different products just popping up. I saw a few myself that I didn't, you know, see before the pandemic. And I was like, wow, you know, that's just, you know, really interesting. A lot of companies are moving towards natural, moving towards, you know, even if it's just labeling, right? But they understand that people are waking up, that the consumers are waking up, that the consumers are more educated, that the consumers are being empowered, right? Because even on the medical front, I was seeing a lot of people encouraging people to ask questions. A little nefarious because it was like the commercials for new medications that were coming out. But you know, me, of course, I'm a journalist, I'm a marketer. So I see how, you know, I look at advertising a little bit different, because advertising and certain patterns actually lead people a certain way or lead society into a certain thing. So before, there were no commercials about medications. You only heard about a medication if you went to a doctor's office. Now there's tons of commercials about medications, and it says, ask your doctor if this is right for you. There was no such thing as that 10, 15 years ago. Doctors didn't want you asking questions, you know, being educated about what was out there. They wanted to have all that control and power. So just on their plane, on their platform, they're educating people. So there's a whole thing that happened now where people are way more educated and knowledgeable. People are way more empowered to do those things, right? The internet changed that. WebMD, people are able to go online and get in-depth information about certain things and educate themselves. So it's a whole new field right now, and everybody's going to try to grapple and try to be that number one, source of health products, right? And there's a lot of things that they can do just in the labeling, to misrepresent what the product is, or just be in line with what the culture, the consumer culture is calling for right now. And it's really not that. So if you are in a course like the Alkaline Lifestyles, you will really understand, you'll be able to understand what these things are, be able to read the label, understand that if you're looking for something to boost your immune system and it has dioxide, some long thing that you can't even pronounce, it has stevia in it, you like sugar, like a sugar substitute, you might want to stay away from stuff like that. You know what I mean? So this is really the time to take this in our hands. But the best thing about this course is that you can now be empowered to let it be an income generator for you. You will learn how to build and put together certain products that will be able to be sold. You can either, work it out where you're taking, things that are already there, but also just using your creativity and creating new products that people didn't think about before. Like our sister Kathy, Powerful Pioneers, started doing Cmos water. Like, what is Cmos water? You know what I mean? And it is selling because people understand that Cmos gives you 92 minerals and definitely boosts your immune system, right? So if you have a little bit of Cmos, it's like half part Cmos and 3 parts water, and you take that on you for a day, and you're just sipping your Cmos water, you'll get more out of that, okay, than any little fizzy thing that they're selling at the counter of Walgreens. I'm just saying, okay? So not only was she able to incorporate that in her own lifestyle, she was able to use her creativity and bring out new products. And it should be us bringing out new products that we're able to vend and get out locally. Because as soon as you start, sourcing things from around the world, that it has to take 10, 15 years to get here, the nutrients are gone, right? So we're able, what Brother Rojo is teaching right now is so important. And it is the number one industry, going to be the number one industry, probably by 2022, it'll be the number one industry. So we want to be competitive, we want to be knowledgeable, we want to be empowered, and we want to be really creative on how we're able to bring these products out to the community that's so beneficial, right? We want to be able for them to be like, oh yeah, that's hot, like I do want that. I do want, carrot cookies. And that's kind of my thing. I created carrot oatmeal cookies, but not created, but that's one of the things, because I did see a recipe for it. But that's one of the things that you don't normally hear about, oatmeal carrot cookies. We're able to understand that these things are not only vital, but can really, really bring a great income stream to us, on an honest, empowering income stream. Being able to provide people the tools that are going to bring about optimum health. I don't think anything is more beautiful than that. So of course, the Alkaline Lifestyle Basics, Business Basics course is available in Smart Money University, also at an introductory price, $5.99, subject to increase soon. Again, the demand is going to increase. So we're going to be right in line with that. So we encourage you to take this course now. Encourage you to start thinking about healthy products that you want to make for yourself, for your family, for your community, and just even beyond that, because we never know where things can take us, how things can take off, especially with us being the creative people that we are. So we definitely encourage that. You can go to Smart Money University and book for the course right then and there, or you can go to the powerfulpioneers.com website, or reach out to either myself or Brother Rojo directly so that you can get yourself in this course right away. It is an ongoing course. So once you're in it, you can keep coming back and getting more courses and getting more in depth, because it is a subject that is very heavy. It's a course that has a lot of information, right? We're talking about cooked food, raw foods, liquid foods. We're talking about 92 different minerals. We're talking about the cycle of the earth and certain things that you need to eat within these different cycles. So it's a lot of material. And Brother Rojo is very knowledgeable and willing to give this information. He really gives himself. Sometimes, the course should be, course time is like 2 hours, but he's going like into a 4th hour sometimes, because the vibe is there, and the people are willing to learn and listen. So he really opens himself up and really imparts this knowledge. And usually Tuesday, Thursdays, the Alkaline Lifestyle class runs. So it's, like I said, it's ongoing. So feel free to come in, pop in. If you need to pop out, you can pop out and then pop back in again. Even if you like, when you need a refresher course, something like that, you can pop in, get your refresher, get your answers, your questions answered, things like that. Just a really, really amazing course, right in line with the times. Is something that we need, and something that is not only lucrative now, but will become more lucrative. So please consider taking that course. And also just want to mention that the Alkaline Lifestyle course, and you take it, you do get the smoothie book. And I'll just show that for you again. Brother Rojo authored the official Powerful Pioneer Health Ministries guidebook. I had one of the smoothies in here. It's no joke, guys. Okay, no joke. My whole system was open for like 5 days. Like, I'm talking about my nose, all my sinuses were open. I don't know what was in that. I was just like, wow. It took me a while to even like drink it. It was like a little spicy. I'm sure there was a lot of ginger in it, but definitely like pow, hit you in the face and just open up all of these pores and these orifices that need to be open to get in a lot of that good prana, good fresh air and everything. It was just really amazing. And so these are things that you can have at home. I'm a little spoiled, so I got it straight from Brother Rojo, but you will be able to have this book as part of your collection, as a guidebook, as a workbook, and just for yourself as well, to make yourself these amazing smoothies, juices, shakes, and tonics. So again, you can purchase the book itself for $20, or you can take the course, and again, it comes with the course as a supplement. Does anybody have any questions? Want to share anything? Want to make a comment? If Brother Raymond, if you're ready now, we can go ahead with your presentation. Brother Murray will be presenting about the 2 o'clock, hour at the top of the hour. So
I definitely want to also share that you can check out more information on Blackstream.live /Expo /Powerful Pioneers TV. That's Blackstream.live /Expo /Powerful Pioneers TV. And also you can YouTube Powerful Pioneers Alkaline, Powerful Pioneers Alkaline. You can also get a chance to see about some of the holistic doctors. They can share. Again, we salute to have holistic doctors and shamans and representatives that approve some of the information. Actually, all the information that I'm sharing and we're sharing during this workshop. And also for those who would like to get more information about our brother Ray, some of the things he's sharing and share within the community, our brother Murray, my brother Wayne, our real estate specialist, and also our financial specialist, Brother Lion. You can go to Powerful Pioneers TV on YouTube, Powerful Pioneers TV. When you go on the playlist, You can go to spiritual economics. You can definitely get a more in-depth outside of what's going to be here shared today, a little more in-depth of these wonderful gentlemen, knowledge and wisdom that they have learned by honoring their elders for their days to be longer and stronger and able to share this information with y'all. So again, Powerful Pioneers TV, go to the playlist, Spiritual Economics, and also Powerful Pioneers Alkaline on YouTube. Go to the playlist and you can see all the different holistic doctors and wellness coach giving thanks.
Yes, absolutely. So that is the Alkaline Lifestyle and Business Basics. A lot more in store. We have a lot more courses a part of our network. So we thank you for being here and staying to find out all of this amazing information about our courses. I'm going to pass it to Brother Raymond at this time. And he's going to go more in depth in his particular course that he presents on these platforms. Giving thanks, Brother Raymond.
Blessings and tidings. How you guys doing? I hope you can hear me clearly. Right now, getting my car fixed, so I ignore the wind outside if you hear it and the cars, but looking to be fast and furious one day. So that's cool. I thank you guys for your time. And one of my specialties is teaching business owners and people tax-free income and estate planning. That is something that is missing today in today's time, and the other cultures have been doing it for a minute. So my goal and avenue is to bring it to our people first and then everybody else after. And a lot of people who see what we do, when it comes to the education, 8 out of 10 usually move forward. And a lot of people think like, oh man, you got to have so much money in your funds. No, it's a consistent saving strategy over time with the course. And I'm going to be going in depth on a topic, for example, called the laser fund. And if you have a pen and pencil, that stands for liquid assets safely earning a return. So laser, liquid assets safely earning a return. And I'm also going to be passing out books during the course or sending a book out as well as part of the course, which is a really in-depth book on that particular tax-free concept. There's a lot out there, but the thing is we have to keep it very simple. And this particular course I'm going to teach on in relation to this has been out before we were actually born, and it's actually in the tax code. But a lot of people don't know that particular tax code. There's 3 of them that provide that tax-free income for you once the initiative is taken. So for example, one individual I educated, she's like a VP of a company. And so after she sat with me in about 15 years, she's going to have a minimum $119,000 of tax-free income each year. So I teach how to do that for people depending on their budget and then how to also grow to it. But I'm also going to share real life stories of people and reference books where this strategy has helped people, and then also help entrepreneurs and business owners as well. And I'm going to get into the technical side of it for the tech people out there. So that's going to be really, really fun. And then also how to pass on generational wealth and still keep it tax-free with the right setups and things like that. And then also for those out there who maybe need help with a budget, I have a really cool budget sheet. It's called the 50-20-30 rule, whereby like 50% goes to your bills, 20% goes to savings, and then the other percent goes for fun. So you may be saying, say you make $4,000 a month, or if you make $2,000 a month, how are your bills, your savings, and your fund broken up? So I usually educate people about that. So that'll also be a free resource for people that I'll also give an Excel spreadsheet. So you can really look at your budget to know if you're overextended or underextended. And that one sheet right there alone is a wake-up call for people. So once you know how to manage that, everything else eventually becomes easier. So that's some of the topics I'm going to speak on. PJ, I sent you my website directly. You can post it to the group so they can also learn more. And my bio is on there. And then I also posted a Loom video where I'm speaking with two Black business owners, and I'm talking about the laser from a basic standpoint, but they basically loved it. So depending on the time, I don't know if you want to screen share the website so that people could see it a little bit.
Okay, so am I going to Loom or just Best?
Just Best.
Okay. Do you want me to share the Loom as well for everyone?
Yeah, that'll be depending on people's time. They can also click on watch that. That is about a 40-minute orientation to two clients on the laser fund from a very simple view. And then from there, that'll be like an introduction of what I'm going to be speaking and reviewing as well. Because it's so important. We may see something one time like a movie, but there are things that we may miss within the movie. Then when you watch the movie again, you're like, oh man, I didn't see Thor's hammer all the way in the back. Oh man, I didn't see that little message over there. And like in a Mortal Kombat movie, they got the power move all the way in the background. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm cool like that. Anyway, but yeah, so we may see things one time, but we have to see it over and over and over. So for example, I know Brother Rojo, he can do the recipes like he's writing his name, but I need the book to do the recipe exactly. So same thing like when it comes to finances, I could maybe share, and do it every day, like in my sleep, but we have to help others get to that level as well. And that's where the courses and the practice and the applying comes in, which is very important. So when you look on the website here, I said plan for your future. And I also made 2 Instagram pages, which I'm going to give to PJ later in relation to Best as well. And you can on the site, you can scroll down and you can click on learn more Best financial planning. And it shows different things. So right there's an article where it says IRS tax code. The article right there.
Oh, okay, got it.
So click on that. And when you open the page, it should go to the blog section where it talks about 3 industry tax codes. So it says the IRS have made tax-free income possible. So this is an article I posted about how to receive tax-free income as well. And it should load to that article. So it says a small tax advantage is a boon for permanent life insurance. And then a lot of people may like life insurance, they may hate it, but it's all about the education because there's death insurance and life insurance, and there is a difference between the two. And a lot of people out there have death insurance instead of life insurance. So I strictly educate on the life insurance, and part of that is tax-free income for your business, how to leverage the income that you get tax-free to put towards college education, how to legally not report when your kid goes to college, this is not reportable. So that doesn't show up on your FAFSA form when you do it. And that's very, very key. And then say, for example, people out there may have a 401k, nothing wrong with that, yet they say tax deferred, which means you're deferring your taxes, you're pushing it aside, like you're pushing away the responsibility, but then when you retire, you need to pay taxes on it. So how can you legally draw down your tax base, which means how can you legally pay less taxes over time and then have everything else grow tax-free? So that's one thing I specialize in. And I also learned from different resources that PJ a little bit knows about. I had to come on a session with Mr. Doug Andrew, and he's phenomenal in teaching stuff. So I have stuff on there as well in relation to that. So you guys are free to explore the website. You learn more about my pedigree, my background, where I went to school and all that, and the about section. And these are some of the other topics and book an appointment. But in the class, we're going to go further in depth with Doug Andrews' book and other resources of budgeting. So people out there could really, really know one version of the truth. I also have stuff on my blog. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to PJ and Rojo. They're definitely on my blog section of Uncommon Heroes. Yep, that's my mom and my dad. I think it's important to show Black love, also multicultural love, because not just one culture. But anyway, that's where I went to school and my parents and all that stuff. And you can learn about my pedigree there. Just so you know, as PJ knows, a little side note, it's very important to invest in yourself with the website because that shows your brand. I'm not going to say right now the price point that I invested for this website, but that'll be a whole nother conversation. But it's very important, PJ. No? So it's very important to invest in your brand as you're building your company. You know, say and you want it to look like that $1 million, $1 trillion bang. You know, so you guys are free to explore the website, learn more and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for your time. And then during the class, you know, I'll have more intro sessions and presentations as well. And then I have a video section on there somewhere under events. And I have different events coming up soon. So yeah, recorded webinar sessions I have on there. You can click on that. And I have the Blackstream.live for Blackstream representation, tax-free income video I'm updating. And then when you go down, oh, you upload it, there you go. Tax-free income orientation, I'm going to upload another one there. And that's for the tax-free part. The other part, which is another topic, not right now, is how to get paid daily. And that's really fun. That'll be a whole different event. But right now, just focusing on the tax-free income on the top. All righty, so that's really about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Raymond. And I'm glad that you shared that about your site, which does look amazing and professional. And so one of the things that's going to happen through interacting with us, becoming a member of our community, is that you're going to naturally get business development tips. We're all here, we're entrepreneurs, we're knowledge providers and presenters, and masters in our own rights on you know, in different areas. So we are here to connect with people, for us to network ourselves, right? Because we're always looking to grow our business, right? But also to help others. And just and not help because it's like, oh, okay, our community needs help, or you know, some people don't know this and we need to tell them this, or we need them to know that. But it really is a community of people who really care about your success. And success doesn't just mean your business, you know, is getting all of these it's like high profits or great following on social media. It's really about providing the tools to be a healthy and whole person, so that when you are doing your business, you can do it at the optimum level while also being supported throughout the whole process. And this is what we do. This is our mission. We have obviously really great presenters, and we're so blessed. And everything is like divinely, right? In order, because we all came together with these skills, with these passions, and we are truly here to assist people on their success journey. And no matter where you are in that point in the journey, we have really great tools and resources. So Brother Raymond is not only a course presenter, but he also provides services. So when you are, you know, having your profits come in and your business is taking off, and, you know, things are just going really well, you want to strategize where that money is going, how that money is being utilized. Because one of the things that you don't want to have happen is that you pay more than your fair share. We all know the former president, you know, his fair share was like, what, $700? And that was fair. I mean, he's not in jail or anything. He's perfectly legal. I don't want to encourage everyone to pay $700 in taxes, but just saying to let's pay our fair share so that we can invest in different things, invest in ourselves, invest in our business, invest in our families, invest in our communities. And therefore us being, you know, a strong community will benefit the entire society and the entire world. And we want to be right in line with how things are progressing. Information is coming out all the time. And we have these amazing presenters who are in the know, who are providing information. This just in this website, he mentioned the blog. There's articles here, there are resources here. Just the two articles that he showed that help you understand that this is not only legal, right? But here for all of us to utilize. And I'd take a poll. How many people even knew that there was a difference between life insurance and death insurance, here on this call? So it's just really, really important that we're staying on top of these things, that we're in the know, and that we are building relationships with people that are in the know. So again, his course, Brother Raymond's course, tax-free income and winning money strategies, is available right now for $4.99. That secures your spot. There's more information on the website. I believe the course is about 4 weeks, 2 hours each week.
Yes, about 2 hours each week. I'm going to be leveraging one of Doug Andrews' books and other resources as well, and breaking it down, and also assigning fun homework, with different chapters and things. I don't want to just, talk to you guys, even though you guys gave me talk. I can fun crack jokes at school, but I also want like interaction, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the feedback? Have you heard about this before? What stood out to you about this chapter, and then review it, because that's the only way you're going to internalize it. Because we know that we internalize food and talk about food, but do we know our finances like food? Do we know this like food? Do we know our health and smoothies like other food? And we don't. We don't. So I'm definitely going to be diving into that. And it's not just about what I want to share. If there's topics that you also want to learn about, let me know. It's not just about look at Brother Raymond. It's like these courses are for you guys. So that's also what's important. So thank you.
That's so awesome. I'm glad that you mentioned that it's going to be homework. I mean, I feel like my course is a bird course. Like, my course is going to be so easy for people to fly through, because not only you're having homework, right? Brother Mary Allen is coming up next at this 2:00 hour to go in depth about his course. But he said there's a test. There's a test in his course. I'm like, okay. So if you need a challenge, if you've been looking for a challenge, these are the courses. So I love it. I love it. It's really great. And we're gonna get people, on the ball, educated and knowledgeable about these things. So it's just awesome. Does anybody have any questions at this point for Brother Raymond?
Any questions? Don't be scared. No questions a dumb question. The only dumb question is when you don't ask.
I definitely want to acknowledge, salute to our brother Murray, Brother Raymond, Sister PJ, all the master teachers, specialized teachers in these courses. Again, there's levels again to these workshops, especially with our brother Raymond, his workshop, as he also specialized again in wills and trusts, living insurance and KOK. He definitely adds so more value to what he's bringing in his course, giving thanks. And also with Sister PJ and what she have to offer with the Learn the Art of Vending, even with the book club, giving an opportunity for authors. And we call out all the authors to come out and participate. Because again, we're creating a system within Pioneers that allow authors to get their books published, to allow them to get consultation with the right legal representation. Salute to you, Brother, again, Raymond, for making that happen. And we can really walk our people through so they can have a right representation privately and, of course, publicly. So definitely. And also, the last thing I want to say is, yes, with the Alkaline Lifestyle Workshop, we don't have a test. We have what we call a proficiency exam. So, yes, we definitely have a proficiency exam. Giving thanks.
Hey, I want to mention that we will talk briefly at the end about the business opportunities that we have a part of Smart Money University, as well as the services. I mentioned that briefly when we began, but we'll, if we have time at the end, we will do that. We'll at least present it, but it is on the site. One of the platforms that was seen briefly on Brother Raymond's site, VestBest.com, the KOK cryptocurrency platform caught somebody's eye. So that's also, one of the things that we do to provide, revenue income streams and things like that. So really exciting, totally like new age, cutting edge. So we'll definitely get into that as well.
Real short, nothing long. I know Brother Murray's about to come on, and
Yeah.
Brother Murray is phenomenal. I did see the comment. I was responding. Keystone KOK stands for, real quick, Keystone Opportunity of Knowledge. There's a wealth of knowledge out there. So to keep it simple for now, on my website, I do talk about earning income daily. So one of the advanced strategies I'm going to be teaching people is that when you receive revenue on a daily basis from Keystone, how can you also roll that into the tax-free income strategy and vice versa? So since this platform literally pays every single day, I'm currently at an extra $68 a day. My other business partners, some of them at $1,000 a day, literally. So that is why on the Telegram group, I posted that up so people know I'm not just talking out the side of my neck. I'm talking truth right here. So some of those resources are definitely there. And for those that are interested, like the young individual who posted it on, we can definitely share more of how that works and how you really do get paid every day. I let people know you start today, you get paid the next day. There's nothing wrong with that. So, and on the Times Square billboard, for those who don't know, that investment to put that up there for about 3 months is $300,000 that what one of the leaders did and the company did to put that advertising on that specific billboard. So we are up there right up with Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Toyota, and this platform is earning you money while the Pepsi and Coca-Cola is taking you. So I just want to throw that in there. So I'm definitely going to be doing sessions, and I have videos on that, and I will definitely follow with the individual so they can learn more on how to get started correctly and what to do with that. So I just want to share that.
Thank you, Brother Raymond. Appreciate it. So yeah, at the end, we'll, save a few minutes to talk about those things. So we have our presenter, Murray Allen, of the course in Smart Money University, Credit Building and Restoration for Personal and Business. So he's going to share more in depth about his course and what you'll be learning. If you take it.
Yes, peace and blessings. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Fantastic. Can you see me?
And we see you clearly as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just want to make sure, because I'm just kind of messing around with the two things here. I've got the Blackstream.live going on my right, and I've got this the Zoom on my right directly in front of me. Sister, do you have the flyers? Let's see, flyers. Do you have the slides prepared for me?
Yes.
We will integrate that. Fantastic. Well, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate your opportunity to take a look at what we're doing here as a Powerful Pioneer family member. I've been a member for quite a while, a proud family member, I should say. And I basically deal with the financial literacy portion of the Powerful Pioneer organization. I want to first and foremost give thanks to God Almighty for just seeing another day and to have people like yourself tune in to some information I think is going to really be life-changing. My name is Murray Allen. I'm a certified credit consultant. My company is called MC Credit Empowerment. My mission statement essentially is to educate the consumer and business professional by empowering them about the importance of credit while providing a solution. I've been doing it for a number of years now. I'm also an author as well, and I am a trainer in the area of business and consumer credit. I'm also we got to create a new term now. We got a mamapreneur name that we give out to the ladies who are have their own businesses and who have children and juggle them at the same time. It's just phenomenal. We should create a new name called grandpa manure, because I'm a grandpa and I got a granddaughter that I'm actually babysitting. So if somebody busts through the door and asks for some cereal, just know there's grandpapreneur that's is on the mission. All right, so basically, again, we're here to really share some insight in terms of what we do as Powerful Pioneer members. I'm going to talk about a couple of subject matters as a trainer, I also provide credit restoration services as well. This is Smart Money University, and we are very, very excited about sharing information that that is sorely needed in our community. There's no question about that. And one of the things that I also recognize and realize is the fact that in my tenure of being a credit crusader, is I've always been an advocate of credit education. I learned the hard way when I was going to college. You know, I got a loan, purchased a car, was excited, went to the lot, saw this long list of things, legal terminologies and things that I virtually didn't really understand, but I didn't care. All I knew is I wanted a car, and I drove out the lot with that car. And about 7, 8 months later, I go to a club, and I get out the club, and I'm like, "Where's my car?" I'm hoping and praying that someone stole it, or I just misplaced it. I know where it was, and so that I'd be able to, be able to deal with it at that level. Then when I found out that it was actually, it was actually towed away, I was just flabbergasted. I had to call up, and I found out it was all the way in Long Island. I don't live in Long Island. I live in Harlem. I'm like, why are you towing my car in Long Island? And so I had to pay a toll fee and so on and so forth. So I'm saying that to say this. The interest rate that I was paying on the car was 28%. And the reason why I was told is because as time went on, I wasn't really able to pay the monthly payments on it. And the interest rates were so high that it was really just destroying me, my pocket. And eventually, I had to deal with it because of the fact that, I was younger. I didn't understand credit. I understand the importance of maintaining established credit. So therefore, that was the lesson learned. I want to talk about basically credit basics. So again, I do a training course, and this is just a little tidbit on what the training is all about. So let's start with the first portion of this. Let me open this up a little bit more. Okay, all right. So we've got credit scores. Okay, so here's the question. A credit report is accurate. Well, accuracy problems affect many consumer credit scores. Okay, studies have revealed that millions of Americans have significant errors on their credit reports. These errors affects credit scores from 50 to 100 points. Right now, better credit scores creates more options. So in other words, if you are having a good credit score, you're talking about paying lower interest rates. You're talking about getting a better loan opportunity, increase in credit limits, purchase a home, refinancing a car, and less down payments on an apartment. Understand, ladies and gentlemen, there are over 300 million people in the nation. 80% of those individuals have derogatory mistakes and errors on their credit reports. That is not, it's not being investigated by the credit reporting agencies. It's their fault. They're dropping the ball, and they will never call you up to apologize that those errors are put on them by themselves. That's what we have to do our diligence. It's very important that we look at our credit reports as often as possible. You are able to look at your credit report once a year through the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And what you want to do is you want to go to www.annualcreditreport.com. Again, that's www.annualcreditreport.com. Essentially, it entitles you to have your own opportunity to look at your credit report, all three of them, through their website. And so that you can be able to take a look and review and really meticulously go through your report to see if there's anything on there that's derogatory, anything on there that's kind of fugazi, where it doesn't make sense. Maybe there are some identity theft issues that are going on. So it's very important that you look at your credit report, because your credit report is like a report card. Okay, it covers a lot of areas in which you need to really horn into, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself with a credit score that's drawing down constantly because somebody may be compromising your credit. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. 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 Let All right, Sister PJ, I don't know if you could slide it down on your portion. Are you there? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
So
I need her to
PJ
slide
can
down.
at the time she can't set that she can set that up at this time. So if you can improvise, that'll be great. Into the meantime.
Okay. All right. So again, it's very important that you look at your credit report. Extremely essential. It's a free opportunity to look and see what's going on with your credit. Now, credit in essence is usually a behavior. We found in many situations where we're never taught about the importance of credit. Like, for example, myself, I never understood the value of credit until I got a little older. Again, when I was in college, there was a person at the college, they had t-shirts, pizza, keychains, and all that was incorporated with getting a credit card. They knew how to play in the minds of the youth. They knew that most college students are half the time they're just trying to make it. Sometimes they may have a part-time job, but it's certainly not enough to sustain them and during being a full-time college students. So they would essentially get those credit cards and then, paying these interest rates that most of the students didn't really understand how they work. And so for me, when I got my card and I used it, my utilization ratio was out the roof. I'm buying pizza for everybody. It's just partying, all this and that and the other. And so after about about a year later, they're asking me, well, they're sending letters that, what's going on? You're supposed to make your payments. You have to make your payments because if you don't, it's going to affect your credit score. I'm like, I don't care. Like, that's not my fault. Matter of fact, you guys are the ones who came to our campus and you guys are the ones who gave us these cards. You knew we didn't have a job, but you gave it to us anyway. When you're younger, you justify things that you're supposed to be doing. But again, if you're not educated and you really don't know, and if it's not something that's taught to you when you're younger, you fall into the quagmire of bad credit. So therefore, I had to end up I couldn't pay the credit card bill, and my credit score plummeted, which I didn't care. Living at home, didn't have many responsibilities, it just didn't bother me at the time. But as time went on, I started to understand and got the aha moment that credit is extremely important. It is the center of all business and the essence of financial planning. It's almost like a blueprint. It's sort of a narrative, a storyline of who you are as a person on a financial perspective. That's why when you're trying to get a loan or a credit card, most of the lenders will pull up your credit report, which is called an inquiry, and they will take a look and see what payments you've made or what payments you haven't made. You better believe if you got collections on there, if you got late payments, if you got bankruptcy, anything that's negative on there that raises their eyebrow, they're not going to give you the loan or the credit card that you want. But there is a caveat to that. That is the fact that if they do give it to you, the compromise is that you're going to have to pay a higher interest rate on that card note, on that credit card, on that loan. And so therefore you're actually spending extra money out of pocket unnecessarily. Why? Because it all goes back to your credit score. Okay. I used to be a job developer for 13 years for a non-for-profit organization. My job was to get jobs for people. I got people jobs in the Diamond District. I got people jobs in the financial arena down in Wall Street and banking industry. And I had a very close relationship with the HR person. So when I sent people down to the jobs and they got back to me and said, listen, Mr. Allen, and mind you, at that time, they used to have you fill out an application. And in the back of the application in fine print, you would have to sign off. Sometimes people would read it, sometimes they wouldn't read it. But if you signed off, it's called a permissible purpose. And what that means is that it allows the company to have the opportunity to look at your credit report, where they can make a discernment whether or not they're going to hire you based on what's on there. So what are they thinking? They're thinking, well, listen, if this person's credit report is bad, it's negative, what are the odds? Are there a risk now? Because mind you, they're working with money, they're working with diamonds, you know, it's a judgment call, it's a business. They have to, protect their assets. So oftentimes they would get back and say, no, we can't hire this person because their credit report is not favorable. And so therefore we don't want to take a risk. Now, I understand that in a sense because you're running a business and you don't want to take a chance. But what happens, for example, we're in a pandemic right now and people are losing their jobs or people are ill. People can't work. Therefore, they can't make their payments on time because the money stream is not coming in as often as it should be. I consider that to be very, very unfair. One thing that New York City has done in 2015 with the de Blasio administration, they came up with a legislation called Stop Discriminating Against Employment Act. And what that basically states that if you are seeking a job, and there are some exceptions to the rule, and I'll explain to you the exceptions to the rule. If you're seeking for a job, there's no reason, it's unlawful for them to look at your background and determine whether or not they're going to hire you based on your credit report. In New York City, big up to you. That's the only. New York City is actually the 12th state that doesn't believe in credit check, with some exceptions. Mainly, again, because of the fact that people go through personal things in their life and they have no control over those things that happen to them. So here are some of the exceptions to the rule, though. If you are a peace officer, if you were working for the government, if you're dealing with commodities and trades, if there are bonding issues, they are able to actually do a background check on you. But anything other than that, again, hats off to the state of New York to allow people to understand that you cannot be discriminated against a job simply because your credit report is not favorable. So that's something you definitely want to keep in mind. So again, it is your behavior. When we're younger, most of the times we're not taught the importance of credit, how credit works, okay? So you want to definitely position yourself accordingly. You also want to be able to take my training course. What we do essentially is we give you information about the basic essentials of credit. For example, we talk about credit laws. We talk about the FICO formula, which is a formula that FICO, which is Fair Isaac Corporation, they're the ones who determine your credit score. We get into the history of credit, how they all started, and we also talk about how you can be able to utilize certain tools and ways in which you can be able to increase your credit score. I'll give you a quick tip. Okay, one of the things that you can do. Experian has a program called Credit Booster. And the Credit Booster works like this. If you have a savings, a checking account, a money market account, and you have $400 in your bank account consistently without any kind of late fees or penalties on there, what happens is that you allow them to connect with your bank to check to make sure all those things are in place. And then what will happen in time is that they will actually increase your credit score up by 15 points. Okay, but this is strictly based on Experian. The other two, they don't have that kind of program. But those are the type of things that we talk about in terms of credit education. So it's Credit Basics 101. We give you, it's like a 40-minute either virtual live, or it can be done through a link where you can actually be able to see the video and sit back in the comfort of your home and learn about basics of credit. And then what we do is we give you a test. That's right. We're going to test you. We're going to test your knowledge. Okay. We're going to give you 30 questions on the basics of credit, business basics 101. And it gives you we're going to give you 30 minutes to take the test. We send you the link. You take the test. The clock starts, 30 minutes. And when you're done, you send back, you submit you just press submit. It comes back to me. I take a look at your score. If you have a score of 65 or better, we're going to present you a certificate of completion, because we want to reward you to really taking the time and taking the opportunity to learn about business credit. The business, business credit, the consumer credit. Consumer credit, I will tell you this emphatically. Essentially, there are only a small percentage of bank representatives, of bank tellers that really understand about consumer credit. And consumer credit is something that a lot of people need to know about, but they don't really give you the information on it. So whatever I teach you on credit basics, you're going to learn more than the average representative at a bank. Okay. So again, we position you to get a certificate, but we force you to learn the essentials of credit because it is something that most people don't know about, but should know about. Okay. Let's talk about some statistics right now. Okay, African Americans. We are 14% of the United States. We're about 44 million strong. We have the buying power of close to $1.4 trillion. Okay, so buying power, purchasing power. So what does that mean? That means that we have the capital, we have the money to buy things, and we are the greatest consumers. You know, one of the things about the boycott down in I think it was in either in Mississippi or Alabama, where Martin Luther King was at. One of the things that really got them, and they got Martin Luther King's attention, is when they started boycotting the buses, and some of the stores. So what happened is it really hit the town right in their pocket, and because they understood that, they they kind of made more of amends, because they knew that African Americans, we have an extremely high volume of purchasing power, so we can utilize that to our advantage. Why? Because of the fact that, just imagine, as business entrepreneurs, and I would suggest, or I would request for those who are on the fence about owning a business, you really want to consider taking advantage of the free enterprise system. Why? Because there are greater tax write-offs. You're leaning to more independence. And you're also able to, especially with the Powerful Pioneer organization, we can be able to, because we're community resources, we can basically be able to purchase and products and services within our own community. And by doing that, we become very wealthy. Now, the Jewish community are no strangers to that. That is what they do. They've been doing it for many, many years. Okay, they're leading in a lot of different areas. They're leading in lawyers, doctors, they're leading in philanthropy, but they have a very direct and very consistent and disciplinary way in which they teach their family and their community, and they are unwavering. They teach their kids about financial literacy at a very, very young age. And that's why, and it's very interesting, because I asked the question to some people, especially entrepreneurs. I say, Jewish people, they're very, very savvy, and they're very consistent, and they're very meticulous of what they do, and they're very aggressive. I said, how many percentage of Jews do you think are in the United States right now? Some folks are like, well, got to be about 40%, because they're everywhere. They're just doing so many things. They've been around for a long time. Some people say 60, some people say 30. And I tell them there's only 2% of the Jewish culture in America. So what does that mean? That means they make an extremely long, strong impact in what they do. Okay, so that's what we need to do. Okay, they support their community, they support their businesses, and they even help to finance their businesses as well. And so therefore, we need to definitely do that. Can you imagine that, because we have the greatest buying power, can you imagine if we started really working within our own community and purchasing and buying and bartering within our own community? We would all become very wealthy. We become very, very wealthy. Okay, so I think that the Powerful Pioneer organization is actually heading in that direction. So blessings and praises for those who are taking that leap of faith, opening up their own businesses. Consider doing it. Definitely be very strategic in which and whereby we're doing that. Let me see if Sister PJ is still on is with us. Are you there, sister?
Yes, I am. Apologies.
Peace and blessings.
Peace
Can you
and
scroll? Can you scroll down a little more? Is it possible on your end?
Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. That's cool. Thank you so much.
Oh, is that good here?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So dreams of having a better credit score is possible. Okay. Well, the first thing we have to do, of course, is we have to pray to the God that you pray. Okay. It's all about really energy and your intent and staying focused, staying the course, right? So spiritually, we definitely have to put ourselves in order spiritually, and then take action. There's a saying that Frederick Douglass said one time. He said, I prayed for 20 years until I prayed with my legs. So I take that to mean that there are some slaves, or there are some people who they pray, which is definitely something that we want to do, but you must pray with action. Okay. You shouldn't have one with the other. Not to say that things don't happen to you when you do pray, even if you don't have an action, but when you do have action and backed up by prayer, you will go a lot further, a lot faster. Okay. So you can get that home, you can get that business, you can get those credit cards, you can be able to travel with your family and get your debt down. Okay, it is possible, but we have to have a game plan. That's why my training is so essential. It's only $19.99, guys, only $19.99 for training, Credit Basics 101. And so also, I think it is something that you really want to think about. If you just scroll down a little bit more, sister, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. This is me in the boardroom. Yeah, that's me, the boardroom at the Harlem Commonwealth Council. I'm in partnership with them. That's me teaching on business credit, which I'll talk to you more extensively about that later on. But these are up and coming business owners. And my job was to educate them about business credit so it could be beneficial to their business. A lot of times, these people who are interested in opening up a business, they don't have a blueprint. They don't have a mentorship that can help them along the way. So I partner with the Harlem Commonwealth Council, which has been around for over 50 years in Harlem. And so we were able to really, I was able to teach them a lot of information on business credit. So next slide, sis. Thank you so much. These are the awards that I give at the end of the training. Just really very exciting. If you can see everybody smiling, everybody's smiling because they understand that now they position themselves to be able to not only put that certificate of completion on the wall and look at it proudly, but also to be able to pay it forward. The knowledge and the understanding that they have now on a credit, they can pass it on to their family members and friends. And why not have a dialogue at the table instead of everybody have their perspective smartphones and everybody's in a different world. It's amazing. It's amazing. I tell you, when I go to my son's house and sometimes I see everybody's on the phone. Everybody's on. I'm like, don't y'all talk to each other anymore? It's just like, it's just crazy. We got to get back to the phone. I'm not saying everyone, but I know for sure my son and his family, they have to get back to the fundamentals of just doing the basic things, just having a nice dialogue, at the dinner table about maybe credit or about financial literacy, or of course, health. Health is extremely important because without health, your wealth is probably will be to a minimal. Okay, because as time goes on, if you're not eating healthy, then how can you really be able to maximize your time and effort as a professional or a person in business? You slide that one more time, sis. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so this is basically, okay, guys, give me 1 second. Talk for a couple of minutes, PJ. I'll be right back.
Sure, no problem. Said a couple of things I wanted to hit on because I just ran to get my mom. I had to go pick up my mom. And I was talking to one of my interns and I was explaining, I was apologizing because sometimes I have to drop things, to put my family first because I'm, that way and just been trained like that, just to understand, certain things along this journey. And I said, I'm a mompreneur, I'm a wifepreneur, I'm a daughterpreneur. And they were like, oh, my interns, like, oh, you're a familypreneur. I get it. I'm like, yeah, these young people will make something up. I'm like, yeah, I'm a familypreneur. So I'm even like, we got the grandpa preneur, and we are familypreneurs, so we have a great time wearing those hats and mastering it all.
I'm back, sister. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
it. Like I told you, I'm a grandpa manure. Okay.
Yeah.
So my granddaughter was telling me there's somebody at the door. All right. So essentially, guys, I do give credit workshops every other Wednesdays, just general information. Okay. Different topics, credit behavior, credit laws, credit building. It's okay. It's really a good course. It's not that long. We don't give you a test. We don't challenge you, ask you what you know, what you don't know. But it's sort of a, it's an opportunity to take just to learn the essentials of credit. Again, the course on consumer credit is very, very essential. It's very detailed. You're going to learn about things that you're not going to really realize that you don't know what you should have known. And it's just really great opportunity. Next slide, sis, please. Okay, as mentioned before, I'm an author of a book called Harlem Deserves the Credit. Essentially, it was written up in the Amsterdam News and Harlem World Magazine, and a couple other people have spoken about the book. It's really interesting. One time I had a lady in Queens, and she wanted me to send her a book. And I said, yeah, no problem. I'll send you the book. I think you're going to find it really interesting. It's very reading friendly. It's essentially it's how to build, maintain, establish credit. So I sent her the book, and then I followed up a week later, and I say, hi, Miss Smith, how'd you like the book? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot of it. She's like, I don't like this book. I said, why? She said, because it says Harlem deserves the credit. What about Queens? I was like, no, you don't get it. It's not about Harlem per se. It only says that because I'm giving, and I explained to in the beginning, I said, I'm just giving homage and respect to Harlem, which is the Mecca of Black America. Everybody knows about Harlem, and I want to give honor and respect due to those who are the trailblazers who have made Harlem what it is up until this day. It's not thriving as much as it should be. There's gentrification that's going on. There's a lot of things going on. However, we can't negate the fact that Harlem at one time was at its highest optimum peak as far as entertainment, as far as intellectuals, as far as artists, okay, as far as sports figures. I mean, it was just a place in time where people really understood and respect Harlem, and a lot of very special people were either born or lived in Harlem. So that's only 5 to less than 10% of the book. Again, the book is relevant to everyone and anywhere. That's why we have the book down in Florida. Floridians are reading the book. The Texans are reading the book. I mean, I read a book by Mario Puzo on I think it was the Mafia before it was a book first, and then the movie came out. I'm not Italian, I'm not Italian, but I like reading the story and what it's all about. So in essence, it's like the book is relevant because why? Because it tells you how to build, maintain, and establish credit. So you can get it on Amazon. Okay, it's called Harlem Deserves Their Credit. Or you can actually call me at 888-317-1702. Next slide, sis. Thank you so much. Okay, so we do credit restoration services. If you have any negative information, I don't care if it's a late payment, collections, bankruptcies, charge-off, repossession, student loans, tax liens. Just recently was Brother Rojo called me up last night. Said, Murray, I got a brother in California. It was like about 12 o'clock. He said he really needs the services. Can he call you now? I was like, yeah, cool. I mean, I'm always up late. So I spoke to the brother. And one thing about this brother, he said, Brother Murray, I have been very diligent. I'm learning about credit. I want to know more about it. I don't understand it. I understand the importance of it. I do have some things on my credit report that I really need to get it off. And I said, brother, I really like your excitement. I like your energy. I said, let's talk a little bit about what you got on it. He said, well, I got collections and some other things on there. I said, look, we can definitely help you with it. I just need you to take a couple of steps, 1, 2, 3. And brother knew what he wanted, told him the cost, told him what we do. He said, I'm in. Okay, so we got him started, and he's on a road to credit redemption as we speak. So that is what we do. We help to reverse negative information in your credit report, and oftentimes it says paid as agreed or paid on time. Or there's some things like, say, for example, you have a Verizon on there, we'll be able to get that deleted. So remember, when you delete your credit score, that means, when you delete the negative information in your credit report, that raises your score, okay? It raises your score, all right? So during the process of us working on your credit, what we don't want you to do in that moment of time, we don't want you to start vying for credit at the same time, because it's going to be counterproductive. Because when you vie for credit, especially credit cards, your credit score is going to drop a little bit, okay, in the beginning. And there's also an inquiry involved in it as well. Inquiries, I have a lot of people who have inquiries, trying to get a car or trying to get credit cards, and trying to get a lot of different things that affect their credit score, and like 20 negative inquiries. And understand, 20 negative inquiries is per two to 3 points. It affects you 2 to 3 points. It stays on your credit report for about a year. It falls off. No, let me rewind that. It stays on your credit report for 2 years, but after 12 months, it actually doesn't affect your credit score, but it's still on there for another year. Okay, so those inquiries can kill you. They can kill you, because what they're looking at is they're going, oh well, he was denied there. The person's looking to get some kind of credit, and he's being denied, or she's being denied, and they seem a little desperate. So these are the type of things and behaviors that they look at your credit report. Remember, it's like a, it's something that they look at and they gauge based on character and behavior. So just really keep that in mind. Next slide, sis. All right, any questions in the meantime? Well, I guess I did a good job. Okay, so let us go on to the next slide, sis. If you have an opportunity to talk a little bit about business credit.
Okay.
Guys, you got to understand that because of this pandemic, there have been some leniencies. Like, for example, I tell people, if you're having problems paying your credit card bill, if you have issues with your bank, or any other companies that you deal with on the financial perspective, let them know that you're going through some challenges, okay? Talk to them. Let them know, listen, I'm having difficulty right now. Can you give me some more time to pay my bill? Can you lower the interest rates for about 6 months so I can get myself back on track? Because you may not see this, but essentially what you're doing is you're positioning yourself to not have to worry as much and to be able to pay less until you can get yourself back on track. And especially if you have a great relationship with your banker, your creditor, if you have a good relationship, and if you've been actually making your payments on time or ahead of time or paying more than usual, that looks good. And they understand that you're a person of character, and the fact that they will definitely make a difference. But you gotta call them up. They say a closed mouth doesn't get fed. Don't be afraid. Call them up. Hey, listen, this is what's going on. Give me some time, and you will be surprised. Even if they charge you late fees, like $35 in certain situation conditions, listen, call them up. Let them know, look, I'd like you to take that off right now. I'm going through some hardship. More than likely, they will take it off for you. So, definitely do that, because I've done it several times, and they've like, sure, Mr. Allen, no problem. We'll waive the $35 late fee. I said, thank you so much. And listen, you could be saving like an additional $100, $200 a year simply by reaching out and asking them to be giving you some more time, or taking that stuff off of your late fees on your banking account. Okay, so let's talk about business credit. Okay, business credit. I tell you, it is a category in which most business entrepreneurs are not aware of. 10% of millions of businesses don't know anything about business credit, right? Let's talk a little bit about who started it. Lewis Tappan, mercantile agency in 1841, established America's first, business credit reporting agencies. Of course, we have the consumer credit reporting agencies, right? All right, say it with me. We got the three of them, right? So we got Experian, we got Equifax, and we got TransUnion, right? Good job. Great job. Okay, so those are consumer credit reporting agencies for the consumers. We have business credit reporting agencies for the businesses. Now, they started back in 1841, and the way they did this is basically they had people who they call credit reporters, and credit reporters' jobs were to go to different places or places where people live who are own businesses, and just take a look and see how they live. You know, they want to see how they live, how they treat their family. Did they have a wife and a girlfriend? Did they have kids, but from separate mothers? Were they alcoholics? You know, they used to really scrutinize you. Those credit reporters would go out there and take a look at how your life was living, and they would come back and put it inside their ledger and write it down, and they would have this book that people could actually look through and see who was worthy of loaning money to, giving credit to.
Wow.
Yeah, to the businesses. Okay. And so some of the credit reporters were Abraham Lincoln was a credit reporter for the Mercantile Agency, Grover Cleveland, Grant. Presidents did that to get their hustle on, you know, because they were trying to make some extra money before they became who they became later on in life. But it was based on the character, because Lewis Tappan, he was a God-fearing gentleman. He you know, was very respectable, and he wanted to make sure anybody that gets in his list of credit-worthy individuals that they're living a moralistic lifestyle. Okay, next slide. All right, so Dun & Bradstreet. That is actually what spawned Dun & Bradstreet, the mercantile agency. It's the concept that they've had in many, many years has spilled over to Dun & Bradstreet. That's where the whole concept came from. Only 10% of small businesses know about business credit. It's the greatest funding source. You would get more money, okay, having business credit as a funding source than you would if you're trying to get money for your business in a personal guaranteed loan. So what do you want to do in time? You want to transition from personal credit to business credit. All right. These are the types of things that I teach in my Business Credit Basics 101. I just signed up a young lady that I met at the artist market in Queens. She signed up. She said, I heard about business credit. I don't know enough about it. I definitely want to take your course. So I set her up. She's taking the training right now, and she can take the test anytime that she wants. And as soon as I know she takes the test, I will get an alert to see what her score is. So she understands the value of that. Good personal credit leads to good business credit. So there's no two ways about it, guys. If you better believe this. If you want to try to get some business credit, I'm talking about like, you know, some business loans or business credit cards. Most of the times you are going to have to worry about them looking at your personal credit. Okay. So you got to have, in other words, you got to have your personal credit house in order before you really want to consider having business credit. Now, I know some people tell me, say, Mr. Allen, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have to. I know people that don't have to have good credit in order to get their business credit on. I said, well, I'll tell you what, most of the times the reason why they don't have to do that, because the business is already established. They're already making $1 million, $1.5 million, you know, in their businesses. So like, it's like they're proving themselves already from a business perspective. You know, they prove that they're worthy of building a business, so therefore they can vie for business credit loans. But if you're a startup and you're just really trying to get your feet wet, you best believe you definitely have to have your personal credit in order first before you can really transition into the land of business credit. Okay, next slide, please. Again, the training is essential. Murray Allen here, MC Credit Empowerment. Again, I'm a certified credit consultant. I have been doing credit education, speaking engagements, and training for many, many years. Paydex score is another system that has to do with Dun & Bradstreet. Guys, you know, we have the consumer credit scores, right? And you know, it ranges from where? 300 to what? 850, right? The national average right now is 680. Okay, but the best score to have is 700 and above. Okay, that's considered to be a land of options and less interest rates. With business credit, we have something called a Pt1 scoring system. Pt1 score goes from 1 to 100. 80 being prompt. Prompt means that making sure that you're making the payments on time from any of the creditors or lenders that you borrowed items or services or products from. They give you 30 days to pay them back. If you do it in 30 days, that's considered at 80 points. If you do it going into 2 months, 3 months, depends how many days it is, the lower the amount of the longer it takes for you to pay them back, the lower your score is. So what happens essentially is that people look at your profile, businesses look at your profile, and they look and they say, you know what? Nah, this person, he's deadbeat. He doesn't make his business payments on time. I'm not going to lend him any money. So you want to make sure that you're at 80 point, because 80 means prompts, it means not 30. These are the type of things that we talk about, that we share in business basics credit. And also one other thing I'm going to remind you, if you have creditors, suppliers that you're dealing with right now, I'm going to say it one more time. If you have suppliers, creditors that you're dealing with right now, and you're making your payments on time, they must report it to Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, if they don't report it to Dun & Bradstreet, you're not going to have a credit. You're going to have a business credit score. Okay, and because most people don't know that. Most people, they get the invoices, whatever they paid. Hey, my friend, let me ask you a question. We've been working together for a long time, right? You've been my supplier for a long time, right? Okay, what I need you to do is I need you to report my payment habits to Dun & Bradstreet on my behalf. Well, what do you want to do that for? What's that all about? Well, essentially, I want them to know that I make my payments on time. So if I want to get a loan, or if I want to get an increase, a credit, increase in any other areas of credit, based on you letting them know how good I am and my standards are, that's going to help me and it's going to look good on my behalf. And they're going to be like, really? Yeah, really. So guys, you got to talk to them. Again, take the course. Take the course. The course is only $19.99 for the course, okay? Virtually, it's a little bit more. But if you just want to have the information to pack it with the link and the test and all that stuff and do it in the comfort of your own home, it's only $19. But if you want to do it virtually, where I can actually see you, or you can see me, and we can talk and you can have questions and dialogue at the same time, we can certainly do that. The price is a little higher. We could talk about that when you give me a call or you email me. Okay, next slide, please.
Oh, Brother Murray, I was gonna ask you, we're gonna be soon closing out.
Okay.
It's about 10 minutes to 3 now. So
Okay.
yeah, I know there's so much more, and I was just talking about that as well. Like we could go on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're one of the classes that's not ongoing. Is packaged, I believe, for 4 weeks to 2 hours each week. I believe your course is formed. But again, if you become a member of Smart Money University, and that's simply either taking one of the courses or going to smartmoneyuniversity.org and clicking on the link that says sign up or log in, and you go there and you can have your own profile. It's like a Facebook profile, and you'll be able to interact with Brother Murray. We'll put some extra information that you'll be able to access because you're a member. Blog articles will be directly emailed to you as soon as it's up. So all of this information will help you keep you in the know, help you to continue to grow on this journey and get all the information that you need. And you can, become friends, you click the little thing, add friend. It's the same, same way with Facebook. So it's a great community. And I just ask that everyone here today to go on and make your profile so that you can start interacting with the presenters and get more information and help you decide to either take the course at this time, a later time, or to let your family and friends and your network know about these amazing courses. So I give you thanks, Brother Murray.
Thank you, sis.
I wanted to make sure to touch on a few things that you said. in your presentation, because I think they were super, super important. So one of them, before you even started getting into talking about the good things that credit can do in your life in terms of prosperity, you said, well, first you want to pray. Then
right.
we talk, then we get into the what you gonna do with the money.
That's right. That's
First,
right.
you're gonna give thanks.
In that order. You got to do it in that order. That's right.
I appreciate that. And that takes me to one of the courses here in Smart Money University, spiritual economics. So of course, intersecting with other things, but just having a course that will just specifically train you on how to become a spiritualist, right? And that I have found has been, especially just in my own personal journey, has been so tremendously powerful, helpful, grounding, having that foundation, like all of these things has just been, instrumental. And so, of course, Powerful Pioneers, a spiritual group, and we talk about just relating in each other and just coming to your business as a person that is whole. I talked about that earlier in the program. You want to be a whole person. You want to be physically, in a position to carry out your duties. You want to be mentally prepared for the challenges, and you want to be spiritually fortified so that you can manage all these things. You can manage personal life. You can manage, with more ease and effort. Because one of the things that will happen, and just, a little tidbit about journeys, is that it's never easy. No matter how much capital you have, you can apply and get all the business credit you want. But if you are burnt out, if you are impatient, if you are, dealing with unrest within your spirit for whatever reason, it's going to affect your business. It is going to affect your business. It's going to affect you just on every level. So we talk about holistic health, and we talk about being a whole person, so that not only you can benefit from having a successful business, but also others who want to engage with you, your services, your products, and things like that. Because it's very taxing. Okay. Being an entrepreneur with all the capital, with all the, trimmings that you need, is very taxing and challenging. So put on top of that you need to restore your credit. Put on top of that you have to apply for grant funding. Put on top of that you need different licenses and, different things. It's taxing both on the mind. So when you're spiritually fortified, you're able to just say, okay, I got this. I'm going to rely on the God part of myself, on the spirit part of myself, to one, guide me, but also provide that foundation that I need to continue to be whole. So that course is available right now on the site. Myself, Brother Rojo, and Empress Blue, we are joined. I just added Empress Blue as one of the presenters. I asked and you said yes. So your name is in it. You're one of the presenters for spiritual economics, because Sister Empress Blue is just so amazingly wise and has helped me through my journey with her wisdom. So I invited her to be one of the presenters for spiritual economics. And also your book, Brother Murray, and being able to write a book that is touching on a specific area, because Harlem really does need that information, right? Harlem does deserve the credit, and other communities deserve the credit too. You are a Harlemite, so it just makes sense. Like, you are a credit crusader, especially for Harlem, and it's just really, really needed. Thank you, Empress Blue. You in? Okay, good. So yeah, we really need people to have their, both hands and both feet into their community, especially an important community like Harlem, who's under this, not genocide, excuse me, what's the right word that I'm looking for in terms of the other, yes, thank you. This whole gentrification situation. So we have to have our defenses up. We have to be very clear about protecting Harlem, about where Harlem is right now and what it means to, you know, rise to the level that it was before. And credit is a big part of that. So we not only does Harlem appreciate the book, but other places who are people that are interested in Harlem, who is interested in the way that Harlem unfolded within this whole credit situation, how we, you know, some people have been removed from the information as pioneers from what Harlem used to be, you know, is really, it's still great, just dealing with challenges. And it's up to us to be those crusaders, to say, I'm going to stick up for my community and I'm going to write a book about it. And we're going to have people in Florida, you know, backing Harlem to say that Harlem deserves the credit, and whatever they can take from that, they take from it. And it's just important that we understand what Harlem is and what Harlem gave to not only New York, but in this country, but what Harlem gave the world. And book writing is so important. Before, you know, before this information age, they used to say, if you want to hide something from, you know, the real terminology, but if you want to hide something from anybody, put it in a book. You know what I mean? Is one of those ways, because they don't encourage, you know, a lot of reading. They don't encourage, you know, knowledge and seeking and questing and things like that. The library is not the big hangout spot. So put it, some good knowledge that's going to improve your life, improve your community, put it in a book to see how many people get to it. So it's really important that we're on both sides of the field, that we're reading and writing. And you can write about, you know, just a multitude of topics. It doesn't have to be, you know, like workbookish, like, you know, we've done, this is a workbook that is a template, you know, to help you work on your credit. And we have those things, but we also have memoirs, and we have nonfiction, we have empowerment books that are a part of our resource network that can provide, you know, not only information, but that empowerment, that just exchange between two individuals that is expressing something from within. And so we do have a course on book writing and publishing. Obviously, you know, I am a publisher. I self-published the books that I did write, not only the strategic guide, Learn the Art of Vending, but also, excuse me, if I can get back here, Who's Going to Invent That You? A journey of courage and lessons for every inventor. There are 4 main lessons that I incorporated in the book to give people direction, people who are creators, not just inventors, because any creator is an inventor. If you created, if you create a logo or a new drink, a new smoothie, you are an inventor. That's something that did not exist before, and you made it. You created it, you invented it. So we can get caught up in the terminology of it, but we have to understand that creative power and how we harness it and package it and put it out to the world. I love publishing. I love talking about publishing. I did everything, you know, for both books. I did the cover art. So you see here, I did a very strategic, very plain and to the point cover art. This one, in your face, nice bright colors, money color here. And just, you know, even inside, I did the whole layout, did everything start to finish, put it on Amazon and everything. This is available on Amazon right now for purchase, on my website as well. And we'll be doing some things around inventing through Smart Money University as well. And we'll give that information out when it is ready. But I encourage everyone to think about a book that they can provide. It doesn't have to be a memoir, but it could be, and memoirs are super inspiring and people really appreciate it. Wherever I go and talk about my books, they sell. You know, and like I'm thinking like, wow, you know, nobody might want, you know, hear about my story, about my struggles, the things that I, go through. But every time I talk about my book and, what it's about, people are like, I need that book. I need that, because people need inspiration. And this is the journey of writing this book helped me to realize that. I thought it was just some people that were seeking, inspiration, but people don't even know that they need an inspiring story to get them to understand certain things about life. So really, really great course that will help you write and publish your book. If you want to start your own publishing business, that's part of the course as well. You will learn that. You will learn how to get your book from your thoughts down to onto paper, into the computer, formatted and packaged, and also talking about the distribution, talking about vending and getting the book out there, marketed and promoted. All right. There's more courses on the site. We really did take our time to make sure that we were providing you the best. And we are so excited. All of the presenters are so excited to connect with the new students for the fall semester. So I encourage you to go onto the site now and book your spot for the course. And like I said, and some courses are ongoing, but some courses are 4-week blocks that are starting by the end of this month. So make sure that you are getting into these courses as soon as possible so you don't miss the boat, okay? We'll take questions real quick if you need. It's 3:01 now, so we're just over our allotted time for the event, but I will stick around to get any last minute questions, comments, concerns, all of that great stuff. Okay, either again, like Murray said, either we did a real good job or y'all ready to go. So with that, I thank you so much for your time, for being with us here today. So proud of you too, Empress Blue. Thank you so much for being in the space. And going to talk about developing spiritual economics together. And we have a lot more in store for you. So make sure that we have your information so we can keep in touch. Peace and blessings, everyone. Thanks again for joining us. Thank you, Sister Debbie. Stay blessed as well. And for all of you, stay blessed. Thank you so much. Peace and love.